Hey guys, give me a second here. There we go. Hey Neil, hi Beth. Hey Glenn and April. Let me pull up my link. Post. Welcome to this week's live. My link is posted to the top if anybody wants to come up and hang out with me. I'm getting ready to have my one beer for the night. So how's everybody's Friday been? Sorry, I had stepped away for a minute or two before the live. So, anybody here want to tell me about how their day's going? How their week has been? And this is cheers to everybody watching. I know there's 4, maybe more. All right, let me tell you about my week. Nothing exciting. Went to the cottage. I did a birth certificate. We had a baby born this week on Monday, a little girl. And then Tuesday was a busy, no, well, Tuesday we had a short day. The midwife was sick with a cold. And then yesterday was a quiet morning. That beer's gonna make me. Hey, Sammy. No, that'll be 3 beers. One will make me feel good. 2 will give me a buzz, and 3 I'll be like, "Hey." Now, if there was music and I could dance, and but since I use a walker and a wheelchair, I'll spare you the dancing. And I got my water. I'm sure you just heard me gulp that water. Excuse me. How was work, Sammy? Anything exciting happened this week for you? Okay, guys, don't make me sit up here all by my lonesome with nobody to talk to. Come on up if you're here. The link is posted. Please like and subscribe if you haven't. I might not be the most exciting person out there on the internet, but I try to do my best. Yeah, I understand that. Trust me. Totally understand that. I've been trying to catch your shorts and your videos in between all the other people that I watch. It's always cool to see you working with the bees or making a new hive and stuff. But I really love the stars and the moon. 4 came in, then I had 6, now I have 3. Who's watching? Hey, Chef. Oh, please, talk to me, Chef. I could use some talking. No, not yet. But you're getting me cerveza. I have my beer. I think I'm going to, keep it mild. Like 1 beer tonight, 1 beer tomorrow. I don't want to be pulled over for walking with my walker drunk, or fall. Oh gosh. People come up, come up. Let's see. Aw, thanks, Sammy. Oh, okay, are you watching Pafford Homestead, Neil? If you are, please tell them hello for me. Every time in 30 minutes, someone typed drunk in a chat. Yeah, that happens. I'm gonna have to go get another one. Don't make me do that. Well, I'm glad you came, Sammy. Even if you stay for a short time or a long time, I'm just very glad you're here. It's always nice to have some people pop in and hang out with me. I just wish people would come up here and talk with me up here because it gets lonely up here. I can only hold a conversation this much unless somebody asks me questions. Oh, what kind of burgers? Where do I live at? I live in Tallahassee, Florida, in a townhouse, which I absolutely despise. Yeah, I love burgers if they're cooked good. Some bacon, some good cheese, lettuce, tomato, pickles. Wait till the hurricanes pass before you decide to come down. Hopefully, they'll be gone by the time in 2 weeks. You're going in 2 weeks, or you're going for 2 weeks? And when are you going? Yum. Jalapeno is too hot for me. Okay, where you going? In Orlando, Disney or someplace else? I don't know because I've never been. Orange Beach. Where's Orange Beach? Cool. Never been. My whole family's been. I think I'm the only kid that's never been. It's way out of my price point. Yeah, if I can find seasoning without salt and hot spice in there, I'll be good. If you want to post your link to your channel, just type in Peace, Peace, and the bot will bring it up for you. Neil, where's Orange Beach? Yep, bot is working. It took me to Dunkin' Chef. Good. I don't know. It just costs way too much. Let me see. Day pass to Disney. Hold on. I'm typing in. Let's see. Let's see. Florida resident ticket, 1, 3, or 4 day, ages 10 and over. Save up to 40% on 3 to 4 day ticket compared to the price of a non-Florida resident. Visit one theme park per day. It's $109 per day for a Florida resident. There's three of us. That's $328. That's out of my price point. The longer you play, the less you pay per day. Yeah. Unless I hit the lottery, I won't be going to Disney. And then I have to rent a power chair there to get around Disney because I can't walk it. And then you can't bring food in, so then you got to pay for food. Then you're going to want to bring home souvenirs, so that's more. So yeah, I would say it's about $3,000, 1,000 per person, because I won't be driving back up. I'll be staying down there because if I try to drive, my legs and my feet won't handle it. I can't drive long periods of time. So yeah, you have to think about food, parking, the wheelchair rental or power chair. If you want to go on any rides or no rides, souvenirs, all that lovely stuff. Yeah. So yeah, and the hotel room and so forth. It's breakfast, lunch. So yeah, it's way out of my price point, and my car won't make it down there anyway. So then I'll have to rent a car. So yeah, where is Orange Beach? Why don't I just Google it? Oh, it's in Alabama. Didn't even know they had a beach. Gotcha. Yeah, I've never been that far west. The furthest west I've been in Florida is Panama City, and that killed me for my legs and feet. And then I had to turn around and drive back. We didn't stay long. We stayed for like an hour. Cool. Hey, Rebecca. Welcome, welcome. I try to get people to ask me questions. Like, talk to me. I know that Neil's busy with another live at the same time. Somebody just left me. April and Glenn, are you guys still there? Did you leave me as well? What color hair do I want? Nice, Sammy. What are we working on for me? I forgot. Hey, April. Thank you for being here. I was like, What hair do I want? Yeah, I didn't even, well, down here I don't need a hat. I was like, I thought we were working on gloves. Yeah, down here, besides my hair's too thick for a hat. Every time we put a hat on, it rises right back off my head. Even when I lived up north, I'd end up wearing two sweat jackets. Of course, the phones are funny. They got a mind of their own. That's what I wear down here. Is a DJ's, I think, still on his live. He'll come over here when he's done with his live. He usually does, if I stay on long enough, which I probably will if more people come in and ask him questions. But for me, I'm like, everything's black or navy blue. Most of my clothes are black or navy blue. A few for the fall. I voice text with my tablet and my phone, and it's got a mind of its own. It does. In the wintertime, we've gotten down to like 30 something degrees. Up here in northern Florida, it has. Southern Florida is a little bit different. It doesn't get as cold, I don't think. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But I have an ice scraper. I found one at a yard sale for 25 cents because I need it for my windows at least 2 weeks out of the year. Yeah, see? Tablets change words all the time, or depend on the accent. But yeah, it does get nippy down here. I put the heat on off and on for like 2 or 3 weeks, and then it goes right back to AC. AC's on most of the time all year round. I think I turned it off like twice, the AC, and then the heat for 3 weeks off and on, and then back to AC again. I can't open any windows. One, I don't have any screens, and two, I don't get any cross breezes in my apartment. Well, I call it an apartment, but my townhouse, I get no cross breezes. So I can't circulate the air in here in the house. I've never been to Destin, but I heard it's beautiful. I can't go to the beaches anyway because my walker or my wheelchair will just sink in the soft sand, and a lot of times you have to go up on the steps and the what's that called? The boardwalk or whatever, the dock, the steps and the walkway, and then go down the other side. So I never get to see the ocean or the not the ocean, but the Gulf. I don't get to see the Gulf. Okay, Jason, no problem. I'm glad you're here. But yeah, I went to what was it last year I think when we went to Panama City or the year before. Not the year of the hurricane. I think it was the year before that or the year after. That took Mexico Beach and everything. We went out towards Panama City and then we went to Carabel Beach, and that was I couldn't even go up on the beach, but the kids went up there, and then we found a way. We went down along the water, my son and I, and we found an area where we could pull over where the birds migrate and stuff, and we could walk down by the water. So I got that picture. That was pretty cool. so I get to see the water from there. But at a beach place, I can't see it. What do you guys have planned for Orlando, Sammy? I know you're going to Disney, but what are you guys planning to see in Disney? Welcome everybody, 7 viewers. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up. Excuse me, I got a frog in my throat. If you want to come up, my link is posted, pinned to the top of the chat. Oh, nice. I hope you guys take pictures and posts or videos. I want to see. I want to pretend I'm there. I got to live through everybody else here now. Awesome. Sorry, awesome's a hard habit for me to break. It's better than hearing me say wicked. Wicked cool, awesome. Yeah, if I went and Johnny Depp was still part of Disney, and then I would want to do the whole Pirates of the Caribbean ride. And then I want to see the area with all the different countries. Hey, DJ. Welcome, welcome. Mm, I'm coming, Jason. Hey, there we are. It's working. Yay.
All right. It ended up crashing. I was actually on DJ's live about the time you dropped off. I was getting into it,
Yeah.
and then right there towards the end, my the webcam app for the GoPro on my computer decided to freeze and crash. So I got it back up now.
Oh, good. Okay, good. Yeah, sometimes if you see my screen blinking, I have to take the cord in the back of my camera and push it back in. It's one of those what is it? It's you use in offices and they go back and forth like a Zoom call kind of phone
Okay,
camera. It's one of those types. But
cool.
I didn't know what to get. It was cheap, so I was like, I want to I want to do a live, so I'll just grab that for now and upgrade later.
Well, like I said, I just started messing with using my GoPro for it tonight because I was like, so my laptop, the webcam on that has a little light that lights up, and it messes with the way I look like really bad, especially if I don't have my hat on
Yeah.
because it likes to shine.
Do we need to put
So
some powder on there? Yeah.
yeah, it's not going to be too much longer before I just start breaking the razor out. But I'm trying to prevent from having a more daily routines than what I need to have
Right.
because everything that I do takes away from time that I'm making coffee.
Don't take my coffee away from me.
Right?
Yep. I totally
Did
get it.
you,
I like
did you have a good week?
yeah, it wasn't bad. We had a baby born at the birth cottage on Monday, a little girl. So I got to do the birth certificate that day or the next day? The next day, I think. And then we ended early because the midwife wasn't feeling well. And then we moved people over to Thursday, and she only had like 3 clients, the other midwife. So we ended up moving 2 over, so she ended up having like 5 people or 6 people on her day. So she felt like she was needed. And then I ended up leaving 2 hours early anyway. We had only one person in the morning yesterday, and then everybody else was in the afternoon. But they were like 2 hours and 2 half hours and stuff. So she handled the last two clients. They already had their appointments set and everything. So
Oh, cool.
yeah, and then we did some errands in between, and then I've been sitting on the computer ever since. So this is like where I come to, and I forgot NCI. I don't have cable TV except for Paramount TV. I'm doing the Paramount Plus because I happen to like NCIS. So the new season started Monday, and I didn't know, and I'm like, oh no! So tomorrow, I'll watch NCIS to do a catch up. So yeah, I like that's the only reason why I got it was NCIS. I was not giving up and CBS. So yeah, but it's been a good week. What about you?
It's been pretty awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, work's been pretty busy, but it's been a good busy. It's been a very productive work week, so that's always a good thing.
yeah. I know what you mean. It's like when I'm at the cottage and we're busy. Um, my the midwife is my cousin who owns the business. So I
Oh, cool.
volunteer. I volunteer there, so I get to use the car, the one that's got 215,000 miles on it. That's why I can't go far because I don't want to take the chance of being out there. Like I like to go to Dothan. If I go to Dothan, Alabama from here, because that's where a lot of good shopping is, because Tallahassee's got nothing. Then I ended up, if I get stuck, how am I getting home? How am I getting the car home?
Right.
So, yeah. So yeah, but yeah, so I volunteer for her, so I get to use the card. If I need anything, she'll get me something, if I need it. Um, but it feels good to be busy, and I feel like she appreciates it because I do so much for her, and I try to be like her co-pilot when she forgets something or needs to be reminded. So I'm
Very
trying to
cool.
yeah, I'm trying to pick up with her like I did with her mom, my aunt. So my aunt had retired, sold the business to her daughter, and then her daughter turned around and renamed it, close to what it was anyway. She just added Tallahassee to it, and and so I've been basically watching all the babies come through, being born, and then they come back for their second baby or their third baby or their fourth baby. So I get to see them growing up. So the
That,
first baby I ever heard is now 10 years old, and he's got four other siblings now or five other siblings since then. Yeah.
no.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, I get to see the families grow. Sometimes it's like I didn't want one, but guess what? We're back like a year and a year later.
Oh, my youngest of my two sisters, she had a total of five kids,
Right.
and the older of my two sisters, she had two kids, and my parents had three. There was three of us. So when my wife and I were, getting married, and we started talking about kids and what's a good number, of course, my oldest sister was like, "Look, two's been like a great number." Right? Then my younger sister's like, "Oh, five is great. I wish I could have, wish I had more. Like, trust me, you'll love the chaos. It's a good thing." And my dad looks at me and he goes, "Stop at one." And I'm like, "One?" I'm like, "I'm the youngest of three. What are you trying to say?" He's like, "You're the one I would keep. Stop at one." Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I have
we went
three.
with two. So yeah, we went with two, and it's worked out really good. In this
Yeah,
day and age, I couldn't imagine having more.
I have three,
Everything's
and
just so
none of them
expensive.
want kids. All my
What
kids.
right now, my
Go
saving
ahead.
grace with our two kids is they like a lot of the same things, but as far as what their wants or needs are, they're like polar opposite. Where my son is like he never really wants anything. He doesn't like spending money. He's actually got a decent little bit of money saved up from like birthday presents and stuff. People give him cash. Matter of fact, I always tell people give him a gift card because he's not going to spend the cash, but he'll use a gift card.
Right.
So if you want him to actually enjoy it, get him a gift card. And where my daughter, on the other hand, she's like, "Hey, can I have this? Can I get this? Can you get me that? Can you get me that?" So if I had two doing that, and it's like right now they've got it's yearbook season to start purchasing yearbooks, and they're both in the same school. They're one grade behind each other. And my son's always said like, "I don't really want a yearbook. I can look at hers if I want to see a picture. If anybody wants to stay in contact with me, they got my contact info. Anybody I care to talk to is on my Discord, and I've got their phone number, so we're good.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like, that's cool. And I keep telling them if you want one, let me know. But
Right.
yearbooks now, like the cheapest yearbook is like $85, and you have to purchase that by a certain
Hey,
date,
Frank. Yeah.
and then the prices start going up. So
Yeah.
it adds up. More
It
power to
does.
the people who can pull
It
it off,
does.
but I don't know how they do
Thanks
it.
for coming. Yeah. I have a daughter that's turning 35 in 2 days.
Cool.
I have another daughter who'll be 25 in October, and then my son will be 31 in January. So my oldest lives with my mom in Ohio, and the other two live with me. They help take care of me. And my son had a job in the pandemic. It was his first job. It took him years. I mean, 6 years to get a job. Six, and he went out every day. And I live in a college city, so it's very hard to get a job because the college kids are taken first. And so he saved up. He saved up some money, so now he stays at home and helps me and gives like 200 a month, to help with the bills and stuff like that. And if I need anything, he'll get it out of the money. And then my daughter, she's now starting to work at the cottage, so I'm trying to train her to do what I do, so that way the days that I can't go in, at least there's somebody to cover. And she goes also on a Thursday and helps clean the cottage and dust and vacuum, mop, sweep, all that lovely stuff that she doesn't do here. You know,
That's cool.
yeah. She doesn't do it here, but she does it so, but yeah, so it's like I'm thankful for them, and none of the kids want kids, so I'm not gonna be a grandma. I'm not gonna be a Mimi, a Titi, a Lala, or a grandma, mama, and nothing. So yeah, so my grandkid watching is like all the people coming in having babies. So I get to hold their babies for 5, 10 minutes, or during their appointment if they need it, and so I get to love on babies. So that's pretty cool. And then I get to go, here you go.
Yep.
Here you go. Thank you for sharing your baby. You can have him back now.
You can take them home.
Yep. Yep. So yeah.
Yeah,
But
I'm
that's
not
just
really
life.
sure that future is going to happen for us or not either.
Yeah.
And my kids, I mean, especially like right now, my son, he's at the age when I was his age, he's 15. When I was his age, all I could think about was, all right, I got to go date. I got to find a girlfriend and da 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 da. I
Yeah.
quickly changed my mind after having like my first serious girlfriend,
Yeah.
but you're just not interested. And my daughter, she's had one relationship, and now she's just like, whatever, I don't care. So, and when I've talked to them before, conversations come up, and it's like, well, are you interested in having kids? And they're both like, not really.
Yeah.
So if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it
If it
doesn't.
doesn't, yeah. Yeah. All you can do is like love on your nieces and nephews and grandnieces and nephews. They're babies.
Well, and that's the funny part is my sister, my oldest sister,
Yeah.
is actually 15 years older than me. So I've been an uncle since I was in second grade, and I'm already a great uncle. I've been a great uncle for like 8 years.
Yeah. My
So that's
brother's not
pretty
having any
cool.
kids. My brother doesn't have any kids. Well, one brother doesn't have any kids. The other brother, I've never met my nephews because I wasn't raised with him. And then my daughter's got a little boy that I've seen once in his whole life, and that's it. My half sister. So I'm not really I'm an aunt, but I'm not an aunt because they're not around.
Gotcha.
So, oh, look at that little character.
Now, do you know what that is? The picture.
It's a critter out there in the wild.
So that's what is called the Asian palm civet, or you can just call it a civet. Have you ever
It,
heard of a civet?
uh-uh.
So this animal is very infamous, very infamous. And if I've got a picture of it and it's not my pet, what do you think it has something to do with?
Well, the ears remind me of a bat. The face reminds me of a little bit of A fox.
Yeah, it's considered to be a cat-like critter, and but these things are known for eating coffee cherries
No way.
that contain the bean. And
Oh,
look up something called. This is a thing. I'm not making this up. Look up cat poo coffee.
I've heard of that.
It's where the civet actually eats the cherries and then digests the beans. And somebody had the idea of taking those beans that have passed through this creature and roasting them and then charging a ridiculous amount of money. Now, personally, I've never drank it. I don't know if I ever will. I don't know how I feel about that. And not just because of the fact that that it came through an animal, but also because when I started looking more into this, just like anything else, when somebody sees an opportunity to take, to get money out of something, they start taking advantage of it,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah,
now you've got like these farms where these creatures have been captured in the wild, and basically they just have them eat coffee cherries all the time, and in some cases they're not always taken well care of. That's something that's kind of popped on my radar recently, and I'm actually working on getting some different things together, but I think they're really cool looking though. And this one you can't see it as much in it, but they're also known for having markings very similar to a raccoon, which
yeah,
I've got a thing for raccoons. I can't help it. I love me some trash pandas. I can't. It's my thing. So when you have a cat that pretty much loves coffee, and it also looks like my favorite trash panda, of course I'm gonna like it,
yeah.
right? I think they're cool.
Let me share this. Let me see. I forgot. Oh,
And,
yeah, there
and,
it is.
and bear with me, my nose is really bugging me bad. That's why I got the camera off right now,
That's
trying to.
okay. That's okay. I want to share this. I want to share this other screen. Those are
Yeah,
pretty
aren't they
wild.
beautiful? Yeah, beautiful creatures.
Yeah, they're wild. Hey, crazy ass acres. Welcome, welcome. Oop, what happened? What happened? Oh, I know why. There we go.
Gotcha.
That's so cool. Yeah, look at that face right there.
Right.
That's a cute face. Okay, that's a scary one with the teeth. Yeah, they got the markings of like on certain ones. Their markings are of definitely pandas.
Yep.
This one here, look at that face with those eyes. Oh my gosh, so cute. All right, enough sharing. Back, stop sharing. There we go. Let me get out of large screen too. I expanded my screen. There we go. So what else is going on, folks?
All right.
Yeah, so exciting. Look at us. We're all like, woohoo! Party
Right.
Central.
I'm actually trying to scroll through the chat and see if there's anybody I don't recognize. Trying to make sure I always subscribe to people that join the different lives and whatnot.
Yeah, I get that.
And I think I'm actually subscribed to everyone so far that I've seen. So you got
Oh,
plans for the weekend, or you just? I think you mentioned earlier you're just going to sit in the
yeah,
house and chill, right?
yeah, because I did my errands today and Wednesday, and so, well, if you see, okay, I'm gonna take you a little tour here real quick, people. So you see this right here?
Yep.
This white thing is now, you can see all the doors are leaning to us down. And so this thing is a couple of old cabinets that my aunt gave me from her old kitchen when she redid her kitchen. And in between is my coffee bar. So I have to take all that out, all the food out of the cabinets, all the coffee cups out of the cabinets, empty everything, take everything down off the top to fix that down there. And because the backside next to me is cracked or something. So that's got to get fixed. Hold on. Oh, okay. That's got to get fixed. Oh, look, I closed my window. Um, my camera window. So it's now going to get or brought back this way towards me, and something shimmed underneath on the backside to raise it up so that the doors, everything leans back the right way again. That white cabinet is heavy empty. I mean heavy. So I'm gonna have to probably move like my tower, the side thing, my table, the two monitors this way out towards the floor so that we can get into that corner to somehow lift it up. And
Wow.
yeah, it's gonna be murder. So we're gonna take all this down just to fix that back piece.
So you're working on that this weekend?
Yeah.
Well, good luck.
Me and my two kids. Well, they'll probably pass the stuff to me. I'll put it on the floor over there, and then the two of them will take everything off. But the hard part's going to be lifting up that corner because we're going to have to like empty everything out from underneath, and then like two of us pull it towards us, and my son trying to shimmy something under that corner.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're not strong people, but we'll try it. Anything to fix it because we're tired of looking at the doors going like this. Yeah, they're so off kiltered. If I had somebody that can like take this and fix it or turn it sideways and then make it into like a big pantry cabinet, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, just turn the whole thing. Well, turn the whole thing and then fix the doors differently or something. But because I don't think I want to open up the doors like this and then insert shelves also because there's no shelves inside. So I'm thinking that maybe what we'll do is we'll try to fix it and then we'll go and see if we can get some wood and some blocks for inside and put it in and then try to make a shelf. So we'll have two shelves in there, even halfway, so that way it'll be extra storage. Because this is also our pantry because I have a galley kitchen and there's no storage in there at all. None.
Yeah. I can feel that pain. We just moved into this house this summer, and the house we came from had like tons of storage in it, and
Yeah,
we're still trying to find home for some things, which is why I've kind of got the webcam angled the way that I do right now. But so I'm right now my office here is home to back overflow, and there's still stuff downstairs that I've not brought upstairs yet because I'm starting to run out of room where I'm not going to be tripping over it.
hmm
So I might actually spend some time this weekend trying to get something out of the way. I've been procrastinating.
I got
You
a
know,
metal bed, and the metal bed from Walmart frame, so
uh-huh.
it's up high, and the totes all slide into there. So under my bed, I have at least 8 totes, and then I have a bunch in my closet, and then my son's got the biggest. Well, he's got the longest closet, the deepest closet, so he's got 11 of my Christmas totes up there, and part of my fall totes. I've got my fall totes and craft totes down here, and I went from 8 closets to one, two, three a tiny coat closet, four, and my laundry closet, which I can't consider because it's got my washer and dryer and my towels. So there's just like, and then my kitchen was, I went from a handicapped apartment up north in Boston down to here. And yeah, it's horrible. It's so bad. I'm like, I want my old apartment back. I don't care if my light bill was $400 a month. I want my old apartment back. I had 8 closets, plenty of storage. So yeah, it's hard to try to figure out. But if you have kids that got metal frame beds, use their beds and store all the totes under them.
Well, I can go on and tell you my daughter's bed, which it does have the metal frame, that's already going to be full.
Yeah,
So my son's actually got like it's kind of funny. We bought him a futon, but it's a wooden frame futon,
yeah,
and we first got it so that way he could put it in couch mode, be able to play games when we have friends come over, and it's a little difficult to do, but so when he did have it in couch mode, he would just sleep on it like that because he didn't want to put it down. And then one day he put it back down and he was just like, "No, I'm good with it, just like this." And I've told him, and he's had it for a while now, and that mattress is still age wise in a good age. But with being a futon mattress, I've told him like, look, if you're not going to put it in couch mode, let me go in and get you just like a regular mattress that's a little bit better or better sleeping. He's like, no, I'm good.
my
Like I said,
daughter doesn't have
we
a
don't have
frame.
any money.
My daughter doesn't have a frame. She had a futon mattress, and she's got our old futon mattress from my couch, and so she sleeps on both of them upstairs on the floor. She likes it like that. So I don't know, kids. It's like, no, put your frame. Let me buy you a frame to put those mattresses on, so we can use underneath for storage.
There you go.
I told my son the same thing. He's got a twin mattress. I said, honey, go get yourself a frame so I can use under your bed for storage. He's like, no, mom, you already got my closet. Like, oh, sorry. But yeah, eventually I got 2 more years and this place is paid off. I got it on foreclosure for 47,000.
That's awesome.
3 bedroom, 2 bath.
Yeah, we actually, so we're still renting right now because where I'm at is one of these places that got heavily impacted by inflation. So I'm in North Carolina and I'm near the Raleigh area.
Hmm.
And especially with all the tech companies, everybody announcing that they were coming this way, I mean, it just really took off. And what we're seeing here, so we've always had a lot of people from up north, like New York, coming down here that was driving some prices up. But now we're starting to see a lot of people from like California. And I've talked to some, a lot of them are like, we're tired of the fires, right? So they're coming over to the East Coast. And because North Carolina's now got all the big companies moving in, setting up headquarters and hubs here. So
Yeah.
they're all moving out this way. And these houses that when we first moved to the city we're in right now, um, it was they were running like 200,000 for some of these houses that are now running for like 400 plus, like they've doubled in 2 years. And when the last place we were at, the landlord decided he was going to sell it, and he was like, "But I would love to sell it to you." And he's like, "We're asking $420,000," and I went, "Ha ha ha ha
Yeah.
ha ha ha."
Yeah. Yeah.
And for me, it's like it's not a matter of if I can afford it or not. It's a matter of I don't want to spend that much money on a house. I don't want to be house poor.
Yeah.
And I've already said that once our kids are done with high school, we're not married to an area. We're trying to stay in this area right now so they don't have to start over in another high school.
Right.
Once they're done, it's bye to this place, right? We're either going to move further out north, out west, North Carolina, try to find, I want one of those sweet spot towns where there's enough, like I've got my grocery stores, right? Go get groceries, maybe have a department store or someplace close by,
A hardware store for lumber and stuff
hardware
convenient.
store,
Yeah.
and a good internet connection because I
And
work from home.
pharmacy. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and
yeah, that too.
pharmacy and an internet connection because I
Yeah.
work from home. And as long as I got that, I'm good. So I'm kind of finding one of those places that's not really boomed or taken off. So I'm looking to move a little bit further out. Or the vice versa is really funny. There's a place in North Carolina called Wilmington, which is basically on the coast. And when we were looking at it and considering do we want to try buying that place, and I looked in Wilmington and I looked at my wife and I said, so there's a house that's equivalent to what we're living in right now over at the beach.
Yeah,
And
but
it was
do you
like,
want hurricane season?
well, I grew up dealing with it, so that doesn't really, I guess, bother me the same way.
I'm just thinking
You
of
know,
insurance and all that kind of stuff because that you have to get hurricane windows, hurricane
well,
insurance, all that stuff in
oh
case of
yeah,
her.
but it's like I told her. I said, here's the thing. It's not that I wanted to move there. It was I was trying to show her for the price of this house in a town that's not worth this price. This
Right,
town is not worth it at all. It's not even close to worth it.
right.
We could get a house that was $60,000 cheaper at the beach.
That's yeah, I get that.
And and I've been so afraid, and we're actually seeing some prices, decline here, where people just aren't buying the same way. The interest rates going up, or has been going up, and starting to go back up again.
Yeah.
And there's just people stop buying. So that's one of
Yep.
my fears is you go drop 400 plus $1,000 on a house that really is only worth maybe 250 to 280 tops, and you're never gonna get your money back if it
Right.
ever calms down.
Yeah, I couldn't afford a house out there on my own because I'm on disability. So I get 1,000 a month to live on. Can you imagine me trying to buy a house after I sell this? I can't. I can't.
I don't even want to think about what my rent is right now
Yeah.
because
But there's a
rent was
lot of
going up as well.
yeah. I was gonna say there's a lot of towns down here and communities. This real estate company, I don't know if it's a real estate company or investment company or something, are buying up all these houses and they're renting them out, and so these first-time home buyers or these people starting out on their own can't buy homes. Because because they've sold the houses to these companies, and then if they go to rent the house, they've jacked the price up so high, and they're like, "Oh yeah, they don't have to worry about lawn maintenance and all this stuff. We take care of all that." But they want a house that they can pass down to their kids or a starter home so they can work to their dream home. And you guys are taking this away from these people.
Yep.
If I can find a house, I mean, I don't care if I live in a double wide on a piece of land, as long as I have internet, water, and I can get my poop to go someplace, I'll be fine, you know. But hey, Lone Star, but it's just like if I go to sell this, I won't be able to go anywhere. It's no way. I keep on saying if I hit the lottery, my girlfriend and her partner and another girlfriend, it's like we want to go someplace with a piece of land that we can have all that on there and share the land because it's no other way we're going to be able to make it. None of us.
Here's your poop solution right here.
Uh oh, a
Dig a
shovel,
hole.
an outhouse.
This is really funny. Look at what they call the name of this. It's the dirt diggler. I know you're getting this reference. I know you in movies. I know you know what this reference is about. And this is the big one. So this is the Dirt Diggler XL,
That's so funny.
8 inches.
That is funny. That is so funny. Yeah, I mean, if I had to do it, I I would do an outhouse, but who was I follow? I follow this girl. She's not part of the homesteading community. She's in her 20s. She bought this summer cabins, hunters cabins or whatever up in Michigan, and she's been converting it. And the outhouse, it was so funny. She goes to the outhouse and she opens the door, and the seat is to your left when she's got pictures to look at across from her. But when you look across from the door, it's a big glass window. So she can look out into the woods while she's doing her business. I was like, okay, I'll do an outhouse like that. But I think I want my window. I think I want my window up to here, so you don't see me sitting on the john, or the outhouse toilet, whatever. Put a little space heater in there. Turn it on when it's winter time, so my seat and my butt don't freeze to each other. I'm doing great, thank you, Lone Star. I hope you're doing good also. Thank you for coming. If you want to post your link, just type in peace. Am I getting a feedback from you or me? No, my
I
volume's
don't,
off.
I don't hear any feedback.
Okay.
You might have heard my keyboard. I've
No,
got
it
one of
sounded
those.
like
Sorry, go ahead.
I'd say it sounded like I was. Yeah, there's a little feedback somewhere coming.
Well, it sounds good to me. I don't hear it.
Okay. That's why I keep on like jerking and stopping for a second. Yeah, if you type in peace, Peace, it will bring up your link, Lone Star. I think we all are trying to avoid evil people. So yeah, project in the work. I'm gonna work on this thing. This whole area is actually my dining area, but I have a drop leaf table, so I have it in front of my front window. This place has only got 4 windows and no cross breeze. It's the worst.
Oh
That's the other
wow.
thing that's the other thing I hate about it. You did
That
hear it?
yeah, that's one thing I love about the this office. I've got this window right here.
Yeah,
In the last place we were at, I still had an upstairs office like I do here, but the window went to like the side of the house, and literally I looked out and I saw the house right next to me, like right there.
yeah,
So it didn't really have any view. This goes out to the front yard. So if anybody pulls up, I can see when the mail person comes by. I can actually watch and see, is it worth going and checking the mailbox? Did they just
right.
put like an envelope or a package, or go and like, nope, that was all trash mail. I'm not going and getting that right now. That's the one thing that I've started thinking, maybe we need to move our recycle bin into the garage, because where we're at before, we had the trash and recycle bin in the garage. And here it's actually, we've got a nice area out back where they always stored them, so we just kind of left it that way.
Yeah,
And but I kind of miss being able to walk out, park my vehicle or walk out through the garage, check the mail, and the junk mail would never make it in the house, because
right,
I literally look like I don't care about this politician, what they've done. I'm looking at myself
right.
right in their bin. Never even enters the house.
That's the one thing I hate about here. We have a big dumpster. So you pet peeve. Here it comes, pet peeve. We have people that take their garbage and put it on the hood of their car or on the trunk of their car or hanging off the windows, and they're driving down to the dumpster, and they stick it in the front end of the dumpster, so the whole back end is empty and you can't put anything back there because the door no longer slides on the side. And then they throw their garbage on the side of the dumpster. So then we start bringing out all, the critters come and they tear it open, and we have no recycling here in this complex because I call it complex, but it's a townhouse community. You got a
Right.
lot of people moving in and out, a lot of college kids or families going from 1 and 2 and 3 bedrooms into a bigger place with yards because there's no yards really. So, it's the worst. It's such a pet peeve. I wish we had recycling, and I wish we had 2 dumpsters at each end, because the next street over, that's part of the city, that gets their garbage picked up and everything else, and the larger sidewalks and the larger parking, come and use ours. That our homeowners association, well, my not my taxes, but my money is going to pay every year, for them to come. And out of my light bill, 85 of it goes to the city, and they don't unclog my storm drains. My kids and I have gone and unclogged the storm drains on our street because the street floods. We go down, my neighbor goes down there when she walks the dog, and I've gone with her, and she's picked up the garbage that people just leave out there. And then we have a guy that comes through and picks up all the garbage. No sooner is he done with the street pickup, and people are just dropping their stuff outside their windows like it's nothing. It's like, are you
Yeah, we used to live in a condo. We had to deal with that. It wasn't quite as bad because the HOA there did have a little bit more, they had more watchdogs. So when people would, if they noticed you weren't doing things right, there were a couple of these little old ladies,
Mhm.
and some of them were definitely like the crazy cat lady and crazy dog lady.
Oh, I have a
But
crazy dog lady neighbor. I love her.
yeah, and I love them to death. They were great.
Yeah,
Um, but and they would go after them if they saw somebody doing something wrong. But it still didn't mean it wouldn't happen,
right.
right? It would still happen. And there was one lady I actually missed. She was the crazy pajama lady because she was always in her pajamas, and her name was Pam. And I started calling her Pajama Pam. I never said it to her face,
Right.
but I always say, yo, pajama pams outside, right? And she was just great. I loved her to death. And that's actually I miss some of my little old ladies that lived out there. That's the one thing I miss about that condo. Everything else about it,
Yeah.
I don't miss it at all.
I sit on the front. I'm a smoker, so I don't smoke in my house. That's one rule I have about myself. I don't smoke in my house. I don't smoke in anybody's house unless they permit it. If they're smokers, otherwise it's outside, or I wait till I get in my car and I leave. But I have a little bench outside my stoop because I have to one step up. So it's my little stoop, and I sit out there and I just watch. And I watch the people with their dogs. They don't pick up after their poop. I watch the people go by with the dumpster stuff. I watch the little kids, 2 or 3 years old, out in the street with their bigger siblings, and cars come whipping around the corner like it's the Indianapolis Speedway. I'm telling you, if I could have a siren and a camera smack dab right here outside my house and film the people that run the stoplight, there's been so many close calls on my corner because my community is like a top hat. You go in, there's a street here, and then you continue down. There's another street. Hold on a second. The kids want to come down, and then
Right.
it comes around like a top hat. Okay, let me put my camera off. Then that way, sorry folks. So go ahead and come down. So they turn around and they just whip around my corner to go down the other end of my street. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's so scary. I'm just waiting for a dog or a walker or one of those stray cats or one of the kids to get hit because people do not care.
Yeah, and we used to see that at the condo a lot. And I actually see it in this neighborhood quite a bit. You know, people just flying through, and it's like, come on.
Yeah,
You know, there's kids around, there's all kinds of stuff going on. And this neighborhood's a very walker and bike friendly neighborhood. And
yeah,
there's plenty of sidewalk too, but they've also got like bike lanes. Well, the street I'm on doesn't have a bike lane, but right outside of our neighborhood it does. But the way people fly around these corners, and I'm sitting there going, eventually I'm gonna be back in my driveway and somebody's gonna fly around the corner and smack right into my car.
right.
I'm just waiting for that to happen. I know what's gonna happen. It's
Yeah,
just the way people are coming around these corners, and it's insane. Like this is a neighborhood. You do
yeah.
not do not do 50 miles an hour in this neighborhood.
You don't. And my street is also narrow because we don't have sidewalks on my street. A part of this neighborhood is a different. It's two homeowners associations involved. So the front street has got big sidewalks, almost like double parking. You can put 4 cars in your 2 spaces. Mine, you could fit your 2 cars only. If the city took over our street, we would lose half of our parking just to put storm drains in and sidewalks. Then we'd have no parking at all. So we have the blue tag on my street, but they have the green tag on theirs. And there's literally no yards, no safe place for the kids to play. And they know this that the kids play on the street. They know people walk on the street. They've lived here how long, and they still act like fools coming down the street. And then they don't even take the corner right the right way. So cars are coming to the stop sign. When they come to take the corner around, they almost get the front end of the car at the stop sign. So
Wow.
it's just I'm just waiting, totally waiting. All right, do I have both of you down here now? Both of the kids are down here. But yeah, ay ay ay. Sometimes it's also being a college town. These kids think that they can just do whatever. They're away from their moms and dads or whatever, and it's just, oh, I don't know. I think I'm getting old. I'm becoming grumpy.
Yeah. Can somebody drop a link or Treasure Hunter? Can you type peace?
Well,
Because
Treasure Hunter doesn't have a website,
okay,
a page.
I was about to say I looked, but the only Treasure Hunter I saw was not the same one. I did sub Lone Star Pioneering, and I'm looking forward to checking that out as well.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's on the road right now, but he said that eventually, if he does do a channel, it won't be Treasure Hunter.
I got you.
Right, right, Neil? Yeah. April, you guys still here? I see April earlier say hi, and I saw Lazy Acre say hi, and now they've been quiet.
Well, I can still at them, so they're around.
Okay, cool. They're just quiet. Got it. And Josh didn't come over. Either that, or I can't. His name does not show up for me. Been having issues. A lot of channels that we follow. He'll be in there, and I can't see him talk. I don't see his name come up. He doesn't see me talk. Nothing. I check my block list. He's not blocked.
There's been some stuff like that going on with YouTube lately. I've seen some other people talking about that, and there was somebody else that was seeing that recently. I can't remember now who it was, but it was somebody that they've been friends with forever, and they're
Yeah.
noticing they're having problems being able to see each other's stuff. And both of them are like, "Well, I've not blocked you." So
Yeah.
it's kind of it's something going on with YouTube right now. It's probably been going on with YouTube for a while.
It's
It's
just weird
affecting more
because
people.
I mean, I could see him in April and Glenn's live, and I could see his chat, but I don't see him anywhere else. No, I have the bot. Um if you type the word peace, Peace, that brings it up. And I did have some Sammy, if he's still here, I think he's one. Yeah, good one, honey. Godwin, honey, is a bot, and Lazy Acres is a bot, a mod, and so isn't Lazy Acres. But I don't have enough people to come hang out with me yet.
Well, I'm here.
Yes, you are. But you know what I mean. I'm not like one of those channels with like 1,000 people, even 50 people. I'm lucky if I've got my wonderful 10 at the most, sometimes 13, which I'm very grateful for.
That's just like the what was it? Matter of fact, last night I was on a live stream. It's Kincaid Outdoors,
Uh
and they were like, so when are you going to start doing your live streams? And I'm like, I'm on a live stream right now. I'm good with that at the moment.
huh. All right.
So I
Ah,
might get there eventually, but we'll see what happens.
right. Slow and steady, right?
Yep.
Yep, yep.
Well, yeah, I've got so much stuff going on. Sometimes I'm afraid to start taking on too much, and then
You're gonna get
sometimes
overwhelmed.
that's one thing that I notice about myself, and it's not necessarily true for everybody. But if you're not careful when you have so much going on, you get to a point where you stop doing everything, right? You start
Shut
getting
down.
discouraged, and it's just like, well, I can't do all this, so now I'm not going to do anything.
Right.
So
It's
I actually,
overwhelming. It's overwhelming.
yep, and
Yeah.
I actually rebranded my channel back in like January or the end of December because I had another channel before, and I wasn't happy with the direction it was going. It was still outdoor related, but not coffee and outdoors.
Right.
And I'm looking at it going, what am I doing different? Right? I'm not. I felt like I was just like anything else, everybody else. It was kind of what I was doing was all over the place, and it wasn't doing it for me. And I wasn't happy with my own content. And I got to a point where I stopped doing it. And I'd have some like buddies of mine that would say, "Hey, when are you doing your next video?" And I'm like, "I don't think I'm going to." And then I started noticing after about a month and a half of not doing anything, like not even thinking of ideas to do it, I
Right.
started getting like really bored. And I started getting not really getting depressed, but getting depressed. With everything else going on, I didn't have a hobby. And the whole reason why I started doing like the outdoor stuff and the outdoors videos was because here we go with the before the pandemic statement. But before the pandemic, my hobbies were all very similar, more or less right along the lines of what I do for work.
Right.
And that was fine. It always worked for me. I never really got burnt out. But then when the pandemic hit, and we couldn't go to the conferences like we used to. I wasn't able to do the same type of talks. But then next thing you know, it all these conferences started popping up for to do it digitally, and they started learning that employers were allowing people like myself to do these during the daytime because it was work related. So
Hmm.
they started, like, every time I turned around, I was getting invited to a different conference, and stuff at daytime, stuff at nighttime. Work was encouraging us to do some of this stuff, and break the day up and go do this to have a little bit of fun. And it started getting, like, shoved in my face constantly, and I'm sitting there going, like, I'm literally working all the time.
Yeah.
Because even at that point in time, because I had so much work going on, that even if I tried doing my hobby, it wasn't fun, and I felt like I'm working 18, 19 hours a day,
Yeah.
even when I was trying to do my hobby to have fun with it.
No time for yourself.
Yep. So when I stopped doing videos that were different than my work, it was just like I started kind of getting depressed.
Yeah.
And then one day it dawned on me, I was like, what's changed? I'm like, well, I'm not doing the videos anymore. And I was like, I got to get back into it, but I got to figure out what I want to do. And I was saying that while I was literally taking a sip of coffee. And I'm like, wait a minute. What if I do something coffee related? And I'll kind of combine coffee and outdoors. And, the funny thing is, there's a lot of outdoor channels, and they'll do some stuff on coffee, right? But it's not necessarily been a coffee channel that does stuff on, like, outdoors. And
Hmm.
I'm sure there's stuff out there. It's just, at least the communities I've been running in, it's not been as prevalent. So it's just worked for me. I really enjoyed it. I've had a lot of fun. I don't care if I didn't start this to make money to get monetized.
Right.
You know, if that comes about, great. But I'm not letting that. I don't want that to be a factor that could ruin this for me because I'm just having a lot of fun with it, right? So, I'm kind of going that mind frame of, hey, if it happens, it happens. I'm not going to stress over it.
Right. Yeah. I don't have like an art skill. I'm not a musician. I'm a musician or an artist, or I don't have a yard. I'm not a crafter. I basically have like kindergarten skills when it comes to crafting. I have tons of stuff. Have I tried to do any of it? No. But I followed a lot of YouTubers because it gave me something to do since I moved down here south away from people I know up north. And I moved to a college town where everybody is like 50 and under, and I'm now disabled and I have to use a walker and a wheelchair where I couldn't go out like before and go dancing and walk everywhere because I lived in Boston. I'd hop on the train or the bus and go out, go to Faneuil Hall, go to the aquarium, go to hop on the commuter rail and go down to Plymouth and catch the bus and go to the Cape Cod. So there was always something to do. And when I moved down here, when I separated from my husband and moved down here, it was just like I went from great public transportation to no
Nothing.
friends, no car. Yeah, I've got family, but they're so wrapped up with themselves. It's my aunt and her kids, but all her kids are adult kids with their kids, and they were raised together. Where I wasn't really raised with them, and so my aunt has been my best friend. Don't get me wrong, but it's like it was a mistake moving here, but I did it to get away from what I was going through. So I'm like, now I need something to occupy my time. So I started watching YouTubers, and then within the last few weeks, I'm like, okay, now I'm getting really bored. I want to talk to people outside of just their own channels. I don't have much to offer, but I have a great shoulder to lean on. All my friends say you've got a great shoulder to lean on. They come to me for everything, but it's just like I want to be able to just talk about whatever and hear about somebody's day, kind of like being at your local pub or your bar and you're
Yep.
hanging at the bar and you're talking to your buddies and you're just shooting the crapola. That's well, my channel's 18 though, so you're shooting the shit. But you know what I mean. You're just hanging out with your friends and just chatting and relaxing and just grown-ups. I need grown-ups, and it's like I don't have it here, so it's kind of nice to just sit here and talk with everybody else. Even if it's my own channel or on their channel.
Well, I'm gonna make two statements. And the first statement is when you're talking about like I don't really have a skill, like that's a lie because you're doing your talent right now. Because you're an awesome talker. I really enjoy like coming up here talking with you and
Oh, thank
watching
you.
your channel. You're
Yeah, so I'm
you're
saying I
awesome
love to
at
talk. So,
it. You're awesome at it. So don't discount yourself because you're awesome.
I
And
appreciate
then
it.
the other thing is you're definitely not alone because when it comes to like crafting, artsy, and all that, I'm not that person either. Like I once drew a stick person. It
Yeah.
was so bad that it came to life and smacked the crap out of me. What did you do to me? Like it was like,
I look at well, I can't say I made two rag wreaths and they came out really good, but it's just like when I watch my friends and I watch my daughter and I watch the people, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm a stick person. Do you want me to draw a person? Sure, here you go, head. The T with the arms and the legs, that kind of stuff. Oh, here goes
good night, Lone
Gwen.
Star.
I'm
Good
trying to
night,
get
Lone
in.
Star. Come again. I would love it. I'm usually Friday nights. Hey, thank you for coming up.
Yeah, yeah.
I ain't no problem. I had to get up and move around a while where I've been sitting here. My back and hip got to hurting, so I figured I better get up and move around some, and then I
Yeah,
can jump in here.
I totally get it. That's why you'll see me pop up once in a while with my knees,
Yeah.
or I just turn the camera off and stand and talk to you while I'm standing.
Yep.
Totally get it. But yeah, I do like to talk. I think it's my Spaniard side of me. And I use my hands a lot. I'm not Italian, but I use my hands a lot.
Well, if you're gonna do live streams, you got to be able to talk.
Yeah, what it is. It's finding the subject to talk. So I'm like, come on, people, ask me questions, talk to me, let's hear it. I want to hear something. Don't make me come up with a subject because I'm really bad at coming up with subjects.
I know that feeling, just like trying to put the names to or title to a video, a live stream
Yeah,
or video. That's to me, that's the hardest part about it.
yeah, it is. Well, you're both in North Carolina, so that's pretty cool.
Huh?
Both of you are in North Carolina.
Oh, you from North Carolina?
Yeah.
What part?
So right now, I'm in Fuquay,
Where?
Fuquay Marina.
I'm not
What
sure.
other what bigger city is it next to?
It's outside of like the Raleigh area.
Okay, okay. Yeah, we're on up here closer to the foothills towards the mountains. If you look at the map, you know where Winston-Salem,
Yep.
Mallory, and North Wilkesboro kind of makes a triangle. We're about the middle of it.
So I went camping out that way back in August. There was a place. It's called Kohler Farms. There's a horse breeding farms where they've got sire horses that are like they're endangered, and they've got a hip camp, and they've got this grassy knoll area as they call it, and it was really cool. I actually had a really good time camping out there. But
Oh,
that's about it's about 20 minutes outside of Winston Salem. It's close to Hanging Rock.
yeah.
Yep. So it's outside there. I'm trying to remember the name of the. Let me look at the name of the town that's close by. There was a really like good restaurant out that way called Olympic Family Restaurant.
Yeah, they're the ones that owns breakfast time down here, or they used to be one before that, not breakfast time, but the one before that. The Captain's Platter, the seafood place. They was the ones who owned it.
I
But
can't
yeah,
remember the name of it.
Boone and Blowing Rock is like 45 minutes from here.
Yeah, but he said Hanging Rock, about 20 minutes north of or out of Winston.
Yep.
Okay, so the place I was staying at is in Walnut Cove, North
Yeah,
Carolina.
Yep,
My mama used to live in Walnut Cove.
that's about. If we cut across country here and go down through there, it's about 30 minutes from us.
But I actually really enjoyed that area. It's kind of one of those areas that when the kids get out of school, it might be a potential area for us to look at. Somewhere, like you said, out in the foothills.
Yeah. Now on up here in North Wilkesboro, they've got a big government lake up there. It's called W. Kerr Scott Dam and Reservoir.
And
They've
if
got
you
a
like
bunch of camping
camping,
places up there.
Awesome.
it's pretty, beautiful.
Look
I
what
have to
Neil.
go check
Look
that
what
out.
Treasure Hunter said.
Hello, Lazy Acres.
Well, howdy there, treasure hunter. How are you?
They live on Lake the Arboni. I'm having to look under my dates is in front of it.
That sounds
Where's
familiar.
that at, Treasure Hunter?
Yes, I'm trying to
And
figure that out too, cause
you
that
said
sounds
That's
familiar.
Louisiana, right?
that's what it sounds like.
I'm googling
Because I done moved them twice.
But
Louisiana.
I know I done moved them twice. Cause you
uh,
keep a setting them down there, and I can't see my
I
chat.
love my dates.
Well, date them somewhere else. Don't put them in front of me.
Yeah, that lake is the state park is in Louisiana.
Louisiana, okay.
The reservoir.
Treasure Hunters one said they had a cousin named April. We good people.
Oh, I don't know about all that now.
I don't know too many Aprils because that's just not a real common name. But I know one real good and one halfway, and both of them seem to be pretty good. So
I know when I was trucking down at Lumberton, I think it's down towards Lumberton, there was an Indian girl down there working at that truck stop, and her name was April.
was she nice?
I don't know. I didn't know her that well.
Was she
She
nice
took
to
my
you?
money just like you do. So,
Look at her. Was she nice?
uh,
Uh-huh.
every time I walked in there, she'd hold her hand out and take my money. So I don't know.
I don't know if that's considered nice, but
Well, that's why
okay.
you did me too. I'd come home from trucking, you'd be standing there holding your hand out for my money.
Trying to pay your bills.
Oh, you was working too. You should have had them paid the time I got home.
I paid mine, not yours.
I think you paid mine and yours from mine.
You
You
ain't
But I
too.
never had no. I had never had none left. When trying to keep the truck on the road and her satisfied, I was broke.
Come
Yeah, you
on,
need to
camera.
fill that one.
I know that's the truth
Liz,
on
I
that
love
one. The
your
truck
picture
payments.
that you
What?
put up for your live. I love your picture you put up for your live.
Oh, thank
Yeah,
you.
covered bridge.
I
Yep,
forgot what I put.
the
Hold on,
covered
Bridge.
camera.
bridge and the
There we
leaves.
go. Much better.
It's party. I
Oh,
like it.
thank you.
I've always said if I could ever get to where I could build my tiny house back there on the other side of the creek, I was gonna put a covered bridge across the creek.
That covered bridge. If it's the one I'm thinking of, it's in New Hampshire. It's called the place is called the Flumes, and you
Um,
can park there and you walk and you hike up along the pathway, and it takes you up along this ledge to a waterfall. But you also walk through the covered bridge and everything. It's so beautiful. I went camping in ninth grade. I belonged to an outdoor group, and we went camping and we had our tents, and the whole time we're there it rained. I mean downpoured, and we had the one army tent for our food for where the teachers would cook all the food and stuff. And like the day before we left, we're able to take all of our clothes and we're wringing them and we're hanging them up to dry so we can have dry sleeping bag and a dry tent to sleep in, because once you touch the side, the inside of the tent gets wet. So while
Mhm.
that's all drying and one of the teachers stayed behind, we all went hiking. We got to see a beaver dam that the beavers had built, And then, if you ever heard of the Old Man of the Mountain in New Hampshire, it's a stone face on the side of the mountain before it collapsed. So we got to see it when we went hiking, and then we would do the Cannonball Mountains and all that kind of stuff in New Hampshire.
That's cool.
So, yeah, I absolutely loved it. I had such a great time. Like
Well,
it was
New
fun until we
Hampshire's
got
just
wet.
New Hampshire's just a beautiful place.
Yeah,
There's so many different places that's just beautiful in it.
yeah. I grew up all in New England, so Western Massachusetts, the Berkshires, is kind of like New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine. It's got the mountains and the colored tree leaves and the streams and the rivers, and it's just breathtaking. In Vermont, there's not one Walmart in that state.
Ah, well, there's a
You
guy.
go
Have
over
you
the line. You go over the line to hold on. You go over the line to New Hampshire because there's no state taxes, and you hit Walmart, and then you come back.
I
have you
used to,
ever seen Trout and Coffee? Coffee and Trout. I think it's Trout and Coffee
Yes, yes.
because he
His other
filmed.
channel. Have you seen
Yes.
his regular channel, his personal channel?
Uh-uh.
His name is below that on Instagram. So you look for it there, and then you look at his pictures, and oh my gosh, he lives out in the Berkshires in Western Mass, and his
Yep.
parents' house is right by a lake. Oh my gosh, it's absolutely gorgeous.
It is. All of his stuff that he posts is just.
Yeah,
I mean, it's beautiful. It just makes you want to live there.
I used to haul pallets up there to that big tool company that was there in Vermont. I always hated going up there because I had to haul the load going up there, and that old truck didn't have enough horsepower to pull itself up the hill, let alone the load. Didn't mind coming back. Got come back empty. That thing fly coming back down the mountain.
Was your pizza good, DJ?
Yeah, it was good.
That's
that's
good.
awesome.
Yep.
Everybody keeps having pizza today, and I've been wanting pizza, and they keep putting pizza in my face.
Yeah.
Even
I
when I
didn't have any. You know what I had for dinner? I had a
What?
fried egg and cheese sandwich on an English muffin. That was my
hey,
dinner.
that sounds pretty good too. Even when I was sick,
Yes, it
my son's got a
does.
friend coming over tomorrow, and his mom always likes to communicate and make sure that the kids weren't plotting this without adults knowing. And I sent her a message saying like, "Hey, I'm cool with this, and I'll come pick them up while we're doing soccer and all that." And she said, "Hey, I'm sorry, I was actually like literally about to send you a text message, but then her son distracted her about ordering pizza." And I'm like, "Did you really have to say pizza?" And I was like, like literally, like everybody's talking about pizza today, and I'm like, "I want pizza."
Got
Like
it planned
pizza's
for
like a
tomorrow.
passion for me. It's like one of my like, favorite foods, and I'm trying to. I've been trying to be better about what I eat. And it's not that I won't have stuff, but it's like I kind of look at what I've been eating recently. Do I really need pizza right now? Like how I've been eating throughout the week. And it's like, I probably shouldn't eat pizza right now. I've been decent this week, but I've not been good enough where I can have pizza yet.
They
Yeah.
keep talking about that, and I've been thinking about something else.
What?
My pecan pie.
Oh, yeah, his
Oh, did
sweetie.
he just say pecan pie?
He's eating a pecan pie.
I'm going home.
It's one of them little 50-cent one.
$1.29 now.
I went to
It don't
Trader
matter.
Joe's.
Tell me that.
They've doubled their price. They was 50 cents when we used to get them, and now they're $1.29.
Well, they ain't worth that much.
I don't know, man. Pecan pie is
$50.
worth it, period.
Hold
I'm a
on.
sucker for pecan pie.
See it? You know,
He
my
looks like I
uncle,
do when people does that.
my uncle made a pinto bean pie, and it tasted, you would not, it actually wasn't as sweet as a pecan pie, but it tasted just like pecan pie.
Wow.
Yep, and it pinto beans.
Well,
Interesting.
no, pecan pie.
Nice.
Yeah.
Been lost the recipe, or she said she did.
You see, to me, pecan pie, that's one of those things I can do. I love it with coffee.
Mm.
And those flavors just go like perfect. I love pecans, period, or pecans. Yeah. So I got a question. Now I'm a Southern boy. I was born and raised here in the South. Depending on what I'm talking about, I pronounce the word pecan differently,
I say pecan.
right? So if I'm just talking about the nut by itself, it's a pecan. Okay.
Mm.
Usually the pie, I call it a pecan pie. But if it's ice cream, it's butter pecan ice cream. Does anybody else do that? Like, does anybody else like when you got a
Yeah.
word in different places, pronounce it differently? Have you ever found yourself saying it the other way only for certain items? Like it's
I
not butter
No.
ice
I
cream, it's
never
butter pecan ice cream.
I never thought about it till you said that, and I was like, yeah. Now
Well,
don't get
I
me started.
mean,
No, I mean, I think I've said pecan once or twice because I was around somebody that's very, like, it's not this as this, they're like in my face about it. But I'm like, why do you guys call an aunt an ant? An ant is an insect that crawls on the ground.
Okay, so funny story. I will call her an aunt except for my Aunt Joe. She's always been Aunt Joe to me, right? But then like my mom's side, like Aunt Ethel, right? But then you have Aunt Joe. I'm weird like that. I don't know. It's just there's certain things I call different. But and you were saying that you said pecan once, and I'm just gonna make one comment about that. My mother said pecan once. Once. You get that? You get the reference?
Mm.
Yeah, no, I'm a pecan. Pecans. Aunts, pecans.
Okay.
But that's,
hmm.
I mean, I'm Southern born, but I was northern. I was like raised everywhere, but a big chunk of my life was up in Massachusetts. So
Hmm.
Well,
up in
all
New
my
England.
aunts has always been ants. I don't have an aunt anybody.
I'm always like, do you want a bug repellent? Because ants are what crawls on the ground. Do you need something to spray it? You know?
No, that's part of my family. Don't be killing off my aunts.
Right?
See?
You have been aunt before too.
No,
Yeah, you have.
who?
You.
I ain't never said aunt.
You've looked at me many a time said I ain't going there.
Okay, I got something to
I'm
ask
going
you,
there.
Jason. Let's see what you say, because everybody else says something, and I say something totally different. You're on a road, and there's a road this way, and a road this way, but there's a thing in the middle, and you have to go around it. What do you call it?
That's a
If you want
roundabout.
to, okay,
See, we told you it's a roundabout.
it's a
Now,
rotary.
wait a minute, wait a minute. So in fairness, it's been ingrained in me because I lived in England for a couple of years, right? And that's where I learned the terminology roundabout. Until I lived there, or until I met my wife, I don't know if I would have called it a roundabout.
Up north, we
But
called it a rotary.
see, I think that's because around here we never really had them, so I didn't grow up knowing what they were or what to call them. But the minute we go over there, they were like, "Oh, we're coming up to the roundabout," and I'm like, "The what?" And they're like, "The roundabout." They're like, "I'm like, what's a roundabout?" And they're like, "It's a circle. You drive around in a circle," and I'm like, "That's got a special name," and they're like, "Duh."
Yeah, up north we
Uh,
call it a rotary. Up in New England.
Now, I got a funny story too about when I lived in England. Um, there was always certain things that were said, and they pronounce things in ways that sometimes I don't. I think they're saying something else. And for the longest time when I lived there, I couldn't figure out why everybody called me Paul. And I kept correcting people, my name's Jason. Like, what do you mean? I'm like, my name's not Paul, it's Jason. And they were like, I didn't call you Paul. And
Pal.
I'm like, so it was pal. Everybody was saying, all right, pal. But the way they were saying it, I heard Paul.
Right.
And they saying Paul. And I'm like, what? Why are you calling me Paul?
Yeah.
So, and now this is not supposed to be the vulgar word, but the particular area I lived in, I'll never forget the first time when I went in what they call town center, so like going downtown. I'm walking, this guy looks at me and he goes, "All right." So that's a greeting, right? Instead of saying like, "Hey," they'll say, "All right." He goes, "All right, cop." And I said, "Excuse me, what did you just say?" And he goes, "All right, cop." And I'm like, dude, where I'm from, those are fighting words. I'm like, you just called me something else, whether you realize it or not. And they had to explain to me in that particular, this is not all England. It's literally centralized to that little area. That was a friendly greeting. And it wasn't supposed to mean what we would instantly have.
Well,
So it was funny. I had so many little things like that, and vice versa. So my wife moved over here, and my mom, country girl, born and raised in Williamston, North Carolina, on a farm, and she likes to say the word, "I'm going to go piddling." Right? They love going and piddling, and piddling to them means you're going to get in the car and just go drive around, go mess about. You're just going to mess around.
Yeah, that's
And
Italy.
yeah, yeah. In England, piddling means you're going to go pee. So, so one Sunday afternoon, we go to my parents' house, and my mom looks at my wife and goes, "Hey, we're going to go piddling. Do you want to come with us?" It was a great conversation. It was a great day. And we already kind of decided, I'd already kind of picked up on that was going to be a thing eventually. So I had told my wife ahead of time about it. But as soon as my mom said it, we looked at each other and started laughing. She's like, "What's so funny?" I was like, "Mom, in England, you just asked my wife to go pee with you." And she about died. She really about died. She started laughing so hard. I'm like, "Wait a minute, you need to breathe. Like, you need to breathe."
I use piddling. I use piddling as stop piddling around. Stop fooling around.
Yep.
yeah.
And that's kind of how my mom would use it too. We're gonna go
Yeah,
fool around, mess around.
yeah. But like not like going out to do something
Yeah.
piddling around, but more
You
like
mean like
stop
screwing
messing
around?
around. Yeah,
Don't mess with me. Stop
yeah,
piddling around with me.
yeah, yep. That one.
Those folks around here used to say, "Well, we're gonna go piddle around. We're going outside to piddle around."
Yeah.
So that's been a long time thing.
You okay, DJ?
Yeah, I'm good. But there's it
He
looks
ate too much
like
pizza. He's,
her
he's
a little bit.
pizza
He's
wasted,
going
DJ.
in a pizza coma. That's what it
Yep.
is.
He should have saved me a piece.
I
He
can't
ate all that
get
but
pizza for himself.
but I will
Mhm.
say it looks like just just went live. So
His brother cut
Okay.
off.
No, it's
yeah,
fine.
Little Falls just went live. So,
Oh, somebody went. Somebody just went live.
yeah, just
What the hey? That turd. I told him to come over here. He goes, okay. No, he's going live.
Oh, Josh went live.
Yes.
yes,
Oh well.
yeah.
Well, I know we
So
talked about it tomorrow, but
Yeah, he's supposed to do a live tomorrow.
Oh
yeah,
well. That's okay. I got my buddies right here with me.
yeah,
I
and you
know.
know I have a little
he just
funny
doesn't mean it.
story about
I
me
bet he's trying to set
and
it up tomorrow.
the
Yep.
couple.
You're lagging a little bit there, DJ.
Um, okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Well, there's
Hey,
Papa.
Papa.
Hey,
Papa in the
Papa.
house.
Hey,
Howdy.
how y'all doing?
Good.
That's
Hey,
good.
Cool. So yeah, that's what I was saying. I have a nice story about a time I met a family from England. I
Okay.
was at Disney was 1 year for the Halloween celebration.
Uh huh.
And we were on the ferry to go back to our home to go to our hotel, right? The next thing I know, I had this couple come up to me and ask, like, hey, do you have cerebral palsy, my disability? And I was like, yeah. And they proceeded to tell me, oh, that's what we don't have. We came over on holiday and just saw that and wanted to say hi. I mean, yeah, it was for a minute interaction,
Uh huh.
but you know, I remember that event because it was unique in that way.
Yeah,
So yeah,
that's pretty cool. Of all
yeah,
places, Disney World.
Hmm.
yeah.
You and Des, huh? Hmm.
What about
No,
us?
Hmm.
no, Papa, not me and Dad. Me
Oh.
and
He's the
Papa have.
same age. He's the same age as my kids.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm sorry, did you didn't get into your live? I fell asleep.
Yeah, that's okay, Papa.
Here,
You need a
That's
rest.
okay.
Get it?
Yeah, see, it's hard telling when I fall asleep anymore. I
Yeah,
do this
If you can get a cat nap in here and there, take that cat nap.
exactly.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Did you shave?
Who?
You.
No.
You look okay. Bring now. Aim your head down. I think it's the lighting. There we go. There's Papa. It's either the camera angle or your lighting because all of a sudden you look like you had nothing here, and I'm like, is that Papa? Because you didn't look like yourself for a second. Okay, that's Papa. That's definitely Papa.
He got a black shirt
Yeah,
and
Disney.
back black.
Oh, look what he's having. He's having a cookie, which means he must be having coffee. Yeah, he must be having his coffee.
You can't
No,
see.
I might put off on the coffee.
Oh, you having milk with it?
Well, no, I'm just gonna eat it like it is.
Ah, okay. I'd be like dipping it in,
Nice.
dip it in the milk
It's
or the
already
coffee.
well. These already have Belgian chocolate on the bottom of them,
Oh, nice.
so
oh,
they're pretty good.
I'll have to check our World Market and see if it's there. Or where did you get those at? Which store? Maybe I have at Walmart. No. Publix. We have Publix and Walmart and World Market.
You might be able to get them at Publix,
Uh huh.
but you have to make sure they're the It'll say that it's the ones with the Belgian chocolate on it because they got a
Okay.
bunch of different versions of them.
Okay. Well, we also have World Market because I was able to find some food from different countries. Like I can get stuff from
Yeah.
Germany there, and I can get stuff from England there, and Italy there. So they might have it there.
Yeah, we're very familiar with World Market with my wife being from England.
Hmm.
So there's a lot of times we'll go there, but Publix is pretty good about having, at least here, about having a lot of stuff in the international aisle from England as well. But
Okay.
you'll be able to find these just in the regular cookie section, and they'll normally put them kind of near more the fancier type stuff, like the cookies that are excuse me.
Usually up on the top shelf.
Yep.
Yep. I've seen them. Okay, I know what
By
you're talking
the
about.
rolled wafer type cookies and
Hmm.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'll look for it.
And hey, Papa, how you doing?
Papa, meet Jason. Jason, meet Papa.
Oh, I no, I've seen Jason before on
Okay.
Twins Live.
Okay. Yeah. Hold on, I gotta turn the camera off again.
Okay.
I ain't looking. Just looking.
The funny thing is, kids think she turned the camera off, and we see her kids walking by right now.
Yeah.
Y'all see what I
Yeah.
just did, though, right?
Yeah, she
Oh.
just bumped the camera.
I'm messing with Des.
Yeah, she just bumped the camera.
Yeah.
You going to bed? Good night.
Right.
They say good night.
Good night.
She's waving. She's waving by, but you can't see her.
But that ain't doing us good, waving.
I miss her already.
She's
They
very
miss you
beautiful.
already.
She needs to
Daisy's
come
daughter
back.
is beautiful.
Dad, bring her back. We miss her.
No, she won't come down. She's already up there.
Yeah.
You done got a whip on her. Tell her to get up there. I know.
No.
That's why you turned your camera off, so we couldn't see you whipping her up them steps. DJ said he's got a special goodbye for her tonight and everything.
No.
What's the matter, DJ?
Oh, but.
Need some peaks about what it says shop now,
Is that better, Dad?
and then they come up.
Yeah. Much better.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Okay.
How to,
My bed is much better.
Yes. Because now I can actually see it's you.
Yeah.
For a second, you're starting to look like Curly from the Three Stooges.
Oh no, don't do that to me. I start calling you Mo or Larry one.
Larry, I've got the curly hair.
Yeah, there you go.
Well,
DJ,
I'm not-
there's Mo.
There we go.
I'm not far from being Mo.
what'd you say?
But promise.
No. Joe.
Well,
There
once this starts growing, I'm definitely going curly.
There was Joe, Shemp,
Oh yeah,
Curly.
Really?
and Larry.
There was 3 of them. And then Mo.
Larry
and
actually had hair. You know, so mentioning that, I always thought it was funny. I'm sure you're all familiar with the band ZZ Top.
Oh, I
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, the 3 guys, the drummer's last name was Beard,
see.
and he was the only one that didn't have an
Have a
actual beard.
beard. Yeah.
I always thought that was funny. I'm like,
That is
weird.
that's wild.
But so I watched the documentary they did on Netflix about a year and a half ago about it, and he spoke about it because he used to have more of a beard, and they had gone on a break, and the beard thing was never intentional. When they came back from the break, Dusty and I forgot his other guy's name, but they both had like these really long beards. But the other guy, his beard wasn't. It was more like mine. He goes, I can't compete with that. He just shaved it off.
Crazy.
So it was really funny. It was a cool documentary. I actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that.
Yeah.
I'm looking for something real quick. Real quick here.
Did
Okay.
anybody have a good
All right.
sunrise this morning?
I'll show you a picture of my 25-year-old. All y'all.
DJ's getting out his reading glasses.
I ain't seen
No. Oh, but.
Why?
it. Available.
There you go. How old? How old is she, Dad?
25.
There you go.
This was taken in 21.
That's a good looking girl. Takes after mom.
Oh, thank you. That was her.
Well, you're saying you're her mom? Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're so bad. You're so bad.
Papa's back, ain't he?
Papa laid you right into that, didn't he?
Here, this is down in off the coast of Florida, the Gulf Coast.
Around Tallahassee?
No, this is up by Carabel.
Terrible. Okay.
This is where like you can't swim off of here, you can't boat off of here. This is for the birds. So that's my son. So that's my 30-year-old. So that's where we went when we went out towards that way and we were coming home. And like that's all I have of the coast.
I'm gonna go back to daggone, it's right there on the ocean, right there. It'd be west of Tallahassee, the big city.
Panama City,
No, keep going
Pensacola,
up almost all the way over. Not Pontoon Beach,
Pensacola.
Pensacola. I want to go back there again.
I've never been that far west.
Oh, we went. Maybe 7 years ago, something like that.
Yeah.
We went on the 231 yard sale, the longest yard sale.
I
And
want to do that.
we ended up in Alabama, and we
Oh
went
wow.
from Alabama all the way down to Pensacola. Stayed on the beach, for like a day, and then come back. It was beautiful.
I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah, we loved it.
I think I've been on both ends of I-10.
Yep.
That's Boston.
I will mention it. No one wants it even for $1.
I don't guess there's a section of I-10 that I ain't drove on.
Took over by trees.
I love Boston. I like the accessibility of getting around without needing a car. That's what I love about it.
Yeah.
Oh, that was my hitchhiker.
Yeah, right.
He was on my windshield. And he went 2 miles with me.
No kidding.
Yeah, here he is again. Watch. There he is in the
He's laughing
windshield.
at you.
He's sticking his tongue out at you there.
And there he is aiming down. Yeah, see? We started to drive. The bee positioned himself down so that way we can continue driving. I got to my destination. He hung out for a little while and said, "Okay, I'm gone." I said, "Well, you left your family back there. You want to ride back?" That's it, I think, right? That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I'm about to desert you again.
Are ya?
Yeah.
Oh, here's me.
Who?
Me.
No.
Yes, that's me.
No, it ain't.
Yeah, I was 9 years old in 1972
Aw.
when I lived down in St. Thomas, Virgin Islands.
What happened, Des?
Ah, Papa.
I'm trying to figure that out too.
I mean it in a good way.
Nothing. I grew up.
There you go.
I grew up.
You learned life the hard way.
I went through a lot of life the hard
That's
way.
exactly.
That's pretty.
Yeah, I like that, Dev.
I love this picture.
I like that picture.
Mm-hmm.
I like the other little picture at the bottom. Your portrait on it.
Oh, thank you. Come on,
Pretty.
close. Oops.
Yeah, right there.
That one.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Thanks. It's through a program.
What does he
All right, let's get out of sharing.
How did you get in sharing?
I could do it on the bottom of the window on StreamYard.
Yeah.
There's a share button.
Okay.
So I have 2 screens.
Hey, Terry.
So I just shared over.
Okay, that's what you're talking about. Yeah.
Hey Terry.
Hey,
Hey
Terry.
Skipper.
Hey. Good boy.
I'm gonna keep with Skipper
Hey,
or Santa
Terry.
Claus. Skipper or Santa Claus. See, I turned myself off because I'm starting to get a little loopy with my my tongue trying to talk correctly. So no more beer. Back to the water. 1 beer. Lightweight.
One.
Yes, 1.
Des, I can't even drink one.
Oh, good. Then I don't feel so bad.
But
I'm-
I got a reason for that.
Just another
Really
It,
good.
it, it messes my stomach up. I can't
Ah.
drink beer.
get out.
Now, there's something else I drink.
What's
And I
that?
can drink well more than one
But in the edge.
bourbon.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not a hard. Like I'll do tequila if I have beer chaser, but that's about extent of the hard. I'm more like, give me a Kahlua sombrero, Kahlua and milk. I don't do wine. I'm not a wine drinker.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Terry.
Hey,
Hi,
Terry.
Hey, how you doing?
Right there beside
I think it's the first time I've had 6 people up.
the jug you're talking about, someone I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
Are you Terry? Can you hear me?
The yellow jug.
Can't hear you.
Mm.
Here we go again, Terry.
What'd it do?
Are you done with work? Nod your head. Okay, good. It's Terry time. Whoop, whoop.
Oh, no.
Hi, Terry. Sorry, Glenn had me distracted. I didn't see you.
Wait a minute. She's got no. You can't hear her talk yet. She can hear us, but she says, "Wait a minute."
Yeah.
Yeah, she ain't got her Mikey fixed. Whoops, there she goes.
Magic.
I don't think
You
it
turned
did,
her off.
Neil. I bet you it's still there. I'm gonna look just to make sure.
No. No, it ain't you, it's me. I put my finger in something.
Mr. President Allen. He just
All right, people, I'm heading to bed.
All right, Papa. Love you.
Night, Papa.
Love you
Sleep
all.
well.
Yeah,
Here's your
Papa,
here's your
you
moose
know,
ears. Your moose
Yep.
ears. We
9
gotta do
o'clock
it because
tomorrow
Red's
night,
not here.
Papa.
Red's
All
not
right,
here.
we'll see y'all
Yeah.
tomorrow.
All righty, hen.
All
All
right.
right.
Night, sweet
Bye.
dreams. Love
Good
you,
night.
Love you.
Good night. Bye.
Neil, your thumbs up is still on that picture. I just went and looked.
Hey,
Can you hear
Terry.
me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear
Yes.
you.
Yep.
Hold on. What's up, DJ?
I said, Des. I was just saying hey.
Oh, okay. I thought you wanted to say something.
No.
Yeah, we can hear you,
Des.
Terry.
Yeah, I had to go on my
Yeah.
phone.
Okay,
I don't know what it is with StreamYard and my computer not wanting to work right.
that's weird.
Yeah, it's been
No, but I've
messing
been
up.
keeping an eye on the weather today. That storm down below the islands and all is now
Yeah.
a tropical storm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I talk
But
like it towards
they've
the.
got the models going all over the place right now. So
Yeah. My friend in Texas says we probably won't know till the end of the month, which is what, 7-8 days away.
Next
well they're
Friday,
saying
Right.
they're saying that storm is supposed to hit Florida late next week,
Okay.
but now they moved it up 3 days.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Almost 98% of my calls with work tonight were people calling, asking what carnivals, if they're canceling anything, or they're getting emails or text messages saying that some of their destinations for their cruises that start tomorrow in the next few days are
Yeah.
being canceled. I had one lady, she was ticked off because the Grand Turks canceled all cruises going to the island.
Well, gee, I wonder why.
So she wanted to be, she goes, well, what am I going to be compensated? I was like, ma'am, Carnival can't control what island governments do. They have a huge storm coming at them, which could be a major hurricane by the time it hits them. So yeah,
She wants to
They're
go down there
keeping
being a
people
Category 4 hurricane. Send her on.
Yeah, but
On
she
her
won't
own. Give her a rowboat. Here you go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
she goes, well, are they going to give me my
Hey,
money back? I
Petra.
was like, no, because you're still on the cruise. I'll just cruise around somewhere else. They'll
Yeah.
change your itinerary.
Yeah. Hold on. Petra, are you still at work or are you now officially off work? Okay, go ahead. I got what I needed to say, so now I'll just wait for the response.
It's just crazy.
If you have not hit the thumbs up, people, please do. I'd greatly appreciate it.
Oh, I
Thank
got
you.
it. Yeah, that's why I haven't been at any lives lately because I've been sick and my
You've been working.
Working, well, I've been cutting my hours to where they end at 6 at night because after 6, I usually fall asleep for like 4 or 5 hours.
Let's see.
I
Yeah.
wake up for a little bit, talk to Darren, and I'm right back to sleep for a few hours. I
Is
had to go
Darren
to
feeling better?
take me and my son to the doctor's yesterday. We both got COVID tested, both got strep throat tested, and all of it's negative. But I had a really severe ear infection in my left ear.
Oh,
Yeah, my
God.
cousin got
Sorry
tested
to hear
too.
that.
And yes, Darren is doing a little better. April, everything's pretty much the same, but he's on medicines that he's going to be dealing with for a while.
Did they
Oh,
give you anything for your ear?
Yeah, zithromycin, antibiotic.
Well,
Yeah.
I
No.
got good news Tuesday.
What?
yeah.
They told me that the physical therapist pretty much told me that I was probably going to have back surgery. And I said, I don't want back surgery.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
wow.
It looks bad enough on the x-rays and whenever they come around, because you know how they got your disc here and then the disc has got a hole here like this? Well,
Yeah.
all of they said everything in my back was shifted up or forward and down.
Oh,
And
wow.
there's 3 of them holes that's around my lumbar number 5 and S1 and the one below L5. You can't even see the holes. They're
Oh,
like
goodness.
so little. I told you, I said on the x-rays you could probably lay a quarter in the holes on all the ones down. But when you got there, you might get 2 pencil lids to fit side by side in the holes. That's how little they are.
Wow.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, he told me there was something going on up here with these discs too, but the ones in the bottom, he said, are bad. And he said if they're pinched nerves, they'll have to be operated on. So
Right.
I'm just
What do
not, and I
you?
know
What
they've
did you
been
get?
there since 2005. So
Mhm.
I'm not looking forward to it at all.
Victor
Yeah.
said I'm in the bed relaxing.
Uh huh.
Yeah, but you know what's going on. That's the thing. And
Yep.
it's like, I didn't know I had in my lower back. I didn't, well, a couple years ago, I didn't know I had arthritis at the base of my spine and at the base of my neck. And then the x-rays the chiropractor took showed that in both spots. And then when I had my MRI last year for my lower back, that's when they saw I had 2 bulging discs in L4, L5.
Yeah, mine are bad there too.
Have a
They're
good night,
like
Crazy Acres.
5.
Crazy ass
They said
Acres.
bulging really.
What did you
Got
go
that
and What did you go and
bone
grab,
area.
Jason?
What?
Where'd you go and grab? I saw you shivering off and then coming back.
Nothing.
Nothing. I
Yeah.
didn't grab nothing.
No, I just remember there was I had gotten some new stuff in. I wanted to change it out while I was thinking about it. So there's just some stuff out my backpack.
Cool.
I it's for my little my bear bag, my food bag. So I got some lighter weight carabiners
Okay.
to use in my throw line. So nothing special.
Still cool.
But
You
I
ever
just
go
wanted,
on?
I wanted to put this in that kit so I didn't forget it. And that way I've been trying to work on my kit so that if I get the opportunity next weekend to go backpacking, because if it's going to happen, it's going to be kind of a last minute decision. So I'm trying to make sure all my gear is ready.
Right.
And
So
all I
that
have
if you
to
want
do
to
is
go, you
buy
can just
my
grab
food
and go.
and put it together, stuff like that. And today I mentioned this earlier on Lady Acres Live that today I got some MRE size Mylar bags in, so I can use those to actually make my own backpacking meals with. Because I don't really, not that I'm picky, but I've just never been interested in the store bought ones. And I'd rather kind of put something together myself, and I know what I'm eating, I know what's in it. You know, I can control the level of salt, sodium, and all that in it. Because what's funny to me, when it comes to backpacking, and I'm not trying to like shift the conversation in a different direction, but when you look at a lot of the food and you look at a lot of the people, your typical backpacker, I'm not what a lot of the gear companies and a lot of the food companies cater towards. They're catering towards these people that are like, you know, that big, right?
Yeah.
And when they're preparing their meals, they're looking for these high calorie meals. You know, they're wanting 2,000 calories in a meal, and I'm like, Piff, I don't want that
Yeah.
much. You know, this is an
Typical people.
opportunity for me to, you know, lose some weight, right? I want to make sure I got plenty of food to eat, but I'm not looking to like carb stuff and carb load, and I want to be able to have some healthier and at least what I know what's in it more fresher, non-processed. So I started buying. There's a place in North Carolina out towards the mountains. Our company called Harmony House, and they do basically natural vegetables. They've not added anything to it, and they dehydrate them. So for somebody like myself, where I don't really have a garden to be able to easily grow my own stuff with, I can go get it from them, and I don't have to worry about trying to dehydrate stuff, and it's ready to go. It's not processed. It's not your packet of instant mashed potatoes that you buy at the store and add water to. I got diced potatoes from them, and all I have to do is add water and let it soak for 10 minutes. And one of my
Yeah.
plans is I can actually take that, and I'm going to do a breakfast hash. So I got some dehydrated diced potatoes, peppers, and onions, and I'm going to use that to do a breakfast hash. But then it's like, you know, hey, knowing that there's no sodium in that, there's not a lot of extra stuff. If I wanted to be a little extra and throw some country ham in it that we know is loaded in sodium,
Oh
I
yeah.
know that my vegetables aren't loaded with it too. So I can kind of easier look at what I'm doing and control it. So I can have a breakfast hash with some country ham, potatoes, peppers, onions.
Well,
Right.
actually, the country ham, that's according to how it was cured, whether it's loaded with salt or not.
Yeah. It is.
If it's sugar
Right, but he doesn't have to
cured,
put
it ain't
extra.
got
He
all
doesn't
the
have to put
salt.
extra salt on it.
Yeah. And I've actually been buying there's a company that's actually located out in like Asheville, North Carolina called, I think it's Stevenson's Country Ham. It's really good, and it's not as salty cured the same way. So in the way they pack it. So
Yeah, we got a place here in our town where we live in at called Foothill Meats, and they do a lot of supposed to be doing a lot of country ham, and I don't know what all they're doing now.
I'll have
I
to
know
look
there's
into that.
several tractor and trailers that goes out every week loaded.
Hey guys,
Yes, honey.
I will talk to a little getting travels.
All right. Did you see Petra's comic real quick?
Yes,
Okay,
I
good.
did. I just read it.
Okay,
So
cool.
you put that picture there. Alright.
Go to
Good
sleep,
night,
hon. Get some
y'all.
rest.
Have a good
Yeah,
night, DJ.
See you,
I
DJ.
will
More night, DJ. You have
be
a good
most
night.
of you
Okay, we'll talk to you tomorrow on Glenn's. I know he heard that, so.
Yeah.
He was tired. You could
Yeah.
tell.
Yeah, you could tell he was getting more out there.
Yeah.
I think he's had a pretty eventful evening. I know he's in our live, and then he done his live, and then yours, and ain't
Yeah.
no telling what else he's done today.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Plus, he had pizza, so, carbs, you get in a coma. At the end of the day, it's like you just want to go to bed.
Yep.
Jason, have you ever tried dehydrating all the stuff that you want in your MREs on your own?
Not yet. I've not gotten a dehydrator yet, but I started looking into it. It's something I'm highly interested in doing.
Do it. Trust me. During this time of year is I'll start getting, because I do my food orders because I don't have a vehicle yet. I just got my license and I gotta save up for a vehicle. But I get my food orders and I'll get frozen vegetables from Walmart. I'll get like the 2-pound bags and I'll throw it in my dehydrator and dehydrate it overnight. And I'll have like last winter I had 7-gallon bags, Ziploc bags full of dehydrated vegetables. I had 15-quart jars full of dehydrated vegetables and fruits, and I use them in soups and stews. I used it all year.
That's
So
awesome.
I gotta stock up more.
Well, and I definitely want to look at getting a dehydrator. and doing some because I saw one of the people I follow on Facebook. He actually came up with a way that he can dehydrate his chili, and he did a little video on it. And I'm like, I want to do that. I want to make like my chili recipes and dehydrate it, and so I can take that backpacking because I love me some chili.
Yeah, you can get silicone masks from Amazon, and because like the ones I have, they're green, and they've got like a little lip that goes up, and I can put liquids in there and dehydrate it.
Awesome.
Glenn, you're live tomorrow at 9, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Okay.
That's what we're shooting for anyway, but our schedule sometimes has to change.
Yeah, that's what I said. Double check with Glenn first.
Yeah.
Oh, let me see. Let me see if I can find, because I also have it's a silicone mesh that goes on. I can put on the trays, and I can dehydrate like my vegetables and stuff like that on there, and it works really well because
Oh, cool.
the food won't go through the trays.
Cool.
But yeah, I was just getting a dehydrator. I just did what, 3 or 4 cups of basil the other day, and I've got that, and it's not even a quarter of a pint jar. I love dehydrating all my herbs, and I do it all the time. My kids ask me, my son goes, "Mom, you're really dehydrating again?" I was like, "Yeah," because one, it's frozen. I don't have to worry about preservatives in a can, and I can dehydrate it and have it stocked up, and it's for soups and stuff and meals, and we're good to go.
Y'all see my
Awesome,
bear?
Lisa. Oh, that's cool. He's waving hello. Or goodbye, depending. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm good. Ladies' room.
Okay.
Get my walker. Ooh.
But yeah, next year when Darren comes over here, moves over here, after we get married and get her another place, eventually we're gonna get a freeze dryer, and we're gonna start stocking up stuff like that. I've already started making lists of things I need because I have to have surgery at my shoulder this winter, that I can order in vegetables and meats that I can order and cook up and bag up and freeze. So my kids have meals that can just be dumped in the crock pot or put in the oven ready to go, and I don't have to worry about it.
Now, I'm really interested in a freeze dryer myself. That's something I've started looking into. And I've got some friends of mine that I met on Instagram through the outdoor community. They recently, and when I say they got a freeze dryer, they got more of I believe more of like commercial freeze dryer, because they're working on actually doing like a brand product launch. And one of the products they're doing is going to be an instant coffee, but it's going to be like a high quality instant coffee where they've gone and freeze dried the beans. They have a friend that's has a local roaster. That's a local roaster where they're at. So they partnered with him to get the roasted beans. And they actually reached out to me and said, "Hey, if we send you samples, can you let us know what you think about it as we start working on the process?" And I'm like, yes.
Do you know how instant coffee's made?
I've looked at this. There's a couple of different methods. I know a lot of times it's usually through freeze drying, but I don't know all the different ways.
What it is they use the beans, and they grind them up, and they make a very strong coffee. And it's like a slurry. It's real thick. And they freeze dry it and break it up. And that's how it's done.
And see, I think some people have started doing more of instead of making that slurry, they're actually starting to freeze dry like the beans itself to a degree.
I don't know if that can be done or not.
Well,
because of the oils that are in the beans.
Yeah, I need to look more into it because I was reading something. There's a company called Waka, Waka, and that's what they make it sound like they do. They make it sound like they've taken a different approach for the freeze drying, and they're supposed to be really good. But I literally just discovered them like yesterday. So I've not really looked into it to kind of find out what they're doing different. And I'm hoping that once this other thing kind of comes to fruition and they start doing things, I'm
Yeah.
hoping that I can do like a live with them and kind of do an interview and get them to talk through like the process and stuff that they've done. So I'll see if they're interested in doing that.
Okay. But yeah,
But
there's
that's really cool. Thank you.
I got friends that got freeze dryers and they absolutely love them. And they've got all of them have the medium size, and they said if you plan on freeze drying a bunch of food and putting it aside, like storms and stuff like that, get a large. It'll be so much easier because you can put more food in a large
Hey, Stevie.
than you can the medium.
Hey, Stevie.
Well, hello, cuz.
Hello, Stevie. But yeah, there's all kinds of stuff. I've so many things that I want to do in a freeze dryer. Carolyn from Homesteading Family on here, she'll make up meals and put it in there, and she's got meals for months.
Cool.
And see, I think I'm more interested in getting a freeze dryer and freeze drying my meals more so than dehydrating.
Yeah.
And there's some people out of Virginia that are, so she's doing like gourmet style cooking, like some really good meals and freeze drying them. But at the moment, they're not actually, there's something going on in Virginia and they're kind of dealing with some red tape that's preventing them from selling it. But every now and then, if she's working on recipes, she'll post on her Instagram that, if you're interested in trying one of my meals, let me know. And she ships it to you for free.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's let me look up the Instagram account.
But yeah, with different states, that common law stuff when it comes to selling food, it's a cottage law. In some states, you can't sell stuff like that from your home.
Yeah, they're wanting them. Well, I think they might even have like an official, like they've got a site like a kitchen, but it was something about Virginia wanted them to send this off to another company to get done. It was something like that. It was really weird. But they were like,
Yeah,
we've got
some states are like
we've
that.
got a separate kitchen. We've got all this other stuff going on. So they've been dealing with it. I think they're getting close to figuring some things out. Let's see here.
I'm gonna walk outside with my phone so I can watch. But I
Okay.
want to see if my mic works. So when I get outside, I'll ask you guys if you can hear me. And this
Okay.
way, I could kind of be in with my voice, but watch through my phone.
Okay. But
So
yeah,
Charlie-
Virginia and some other states are really sticklers about their red tape when it comes to food stuff. Yeah.
And Terry, I just subscribed to your channel.
Thank you.
And I also just subscribed to Stevie Outdoorsman. I'm trying to see, I think everybody else in here I've got.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can
Okay,
hear
good.
you.
Yay.
Run it.
What?
What? Don't be a white guy.
What?
Now, I'd have to say what that time because it broke up.
What?
Mm-hmm. I think she's right there at the edge of her limit on her.
She
Wow.
probably is.
I'm sorry. What?
I said, I think you're right there at the limit on the edge of where you can go with your wireless.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, I the only place I can have a smoke is outside, so. But I didn't want to give up on my live chat because I like hanging out with everybody.
Yep.
Well, Stevie, Jason, you're up to 137 subscribers now.
Oh, that's awesome. I think earlier today or last night at least, I was at like 129. So nice little progress.
Yep.
And thank you all. I appreciate it. It's awesome.
I keep losing subscribers and they go up and they go right back down. It's driving me
That-
nuts.
I deal with that. Tomorrow I'll probably back down to like 130 again or something.
Well, last I knew, I was at. Let me see. I don't want to get out. I've got like 10 tabs open, and 4 of them are YouTube.
I was about to say I only got about half of that open, and several of them are the Foothills Butcher Shop that you were talking about earlier.
In Jonesville.
So they're where are they located at again?
Jonesville.
So the one I found is actually in Black Mountain, and I was like, that's not right based on what you were telling me earlier. So I'm going to look for Jonesville.
Unless they have another one now. They might have another one, I don't know. Or that might be their main office.
Actually, you know what? Hang on. I think I found. Okay. So it's Foothills Country Ham is the one in Jonesville. Foothills Meats is in Black Mountain.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Because I know the one here, they've actually got a store up there.
Yeah, they got the sugar cured.
I think the store up here I thought was Foothill Meats is the reason I said that, but you know.
Okay. Well, it looks like you can order off the internet.
They sell out of here local. They say it's really good. I have never tried none of it, but
Okay, let's get my YouTube up here. Here we go. There.
And I got to
Okay.
be careful. I got to be careful when I order country ham because my daughter will eat it faster than I can blink my eye.
Country ham's good.
It is.
It sounds like my grandmother, rest her soul. And when we were younger, she lived down in Miami, and she would go to the Spanish markets. First of all, she didn't speak a lot of English. She was from Spain, but she would hit like the Cuban markets and the Spanish markets down there. And they made a chorizo, not the Goya chorizo that you see in the stores, but a chorizo that was linked in like 6 or 7 links or longer. And she would bring them, and we would hang them in the attic to cure some more. It was already curing, but to cure some more, my dad would go and try to get some, and we had like 3/4 of it would be gone between me and my brother.
Yeah, that's my daughter definitely when it comes to the different meats like that, she takes after me for sure. And I've been turning her on to stuff, and she recently discovered prosciutto.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, and last night when I took her to her soccer practice, I stopped by BJ's Wholesale Club and picked up a big old pound pack of prosciutto because she was like, hey, can we get some country ham? And I said, where I usually get it from is at the farmer's market. And I was like, well, I won't be able to go out there till the weekend to pick some up. And I said, but I can get prosciutto. And she's like, yes. So I picked up a big pack of that last night.
yeah. My Darren has been introducing me to different meats. I've had different salamis and stuff, but a few months ago he went to a pig processing class because we're processing a pig this Thanksgiving to bring home, and he made salamis. He did cured ham, bacon. The one because he cut the ham up into like I believe it's 2 sections, and he's doing that for his family, him and his kids for Christmas because he's gonna be here for Thanksgiving. But him and I have been talking what meats I want from the pig because we don't know how big of a pig we're getting. And I said, well, I don't want a ham this year. I definitely want some pork chops. Definitely have to have bacon. See what sausages we can get out. It also depends on how big of a pig we have. And one of the things I was wanting is Italian sausage, regular ground sausage, kielbasa, and gonna try doing chorizo. So we'll see what all we get.
That's
Last
cool.
I knew, the pig I was getting was only 100 pounds and wasn't that big. And my friend said if they have to, they'll give us a different pig that's a lot bigger. Because the pig that I was given was born last December, and it should be a lot bigger, but he's not. Last I knew. But it's just between this summer being sick this summer and then recently the past couple weeks being sick, I've got to bust my butt.
Yeah, because it took some time away from your job. I get it.
It did. It's like the last week I barely worked because I couldn't hardly talk.
Yeah,
And I mean, yeah, I got my license beginning of this month, but not being able to work and a whole bunch of tech issues between both jobs, it's been downhill. But Antonio's friend Angel, his dad's got a van over there. It's a Honda, and I gotta talk to him, and I'm gonna tell him if I can't put this much down on it, can I put down the lower price? But because he'll let me do monthly payments,
yeah.
and then I don't have to worry about going to these buy here, pay here dealerships and stuff
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
they're horrible because they overcharge. They scam you.
Yeah, he's my neighbor, and he's only wanting 4,500 for it, which isn't bad. And I know he'll make sure it's in good condition because he works on cars all the time.
Right.
He's a mechanic that's a side hustle, being a
Hey,
mechanic.
Susan.
So I know it'll be in good condition. He'll make sure there's nothing wrong with it. And if I do have any issues, I can just take it right back to him.
Right.
Hey, sis.
And he'll fix it.
My girlfriend in Texas just texted me and said, "Go get water, peanut butter and bread, just in case it comes to you." She's my weather
Yeah.
person.
Oh, it cracks me up with weather. It's like whenever we would get, they were saying when we were up in Jersey, and they said, "Oh, you were gonna get all kinds of bad winter storms," and they were calling for like 2-3 feet of snow, and because we didn't have a vehicle, I'd get the bus and I'd go up to the store, or I'd get a cab and I'd do my shopping, and I'm getting all this stuff that is canned stuff and stuff that can eat cold. And people were looking, don't you know, is snow coming? I said, yeah. I can open these up and eat them cold. If we have no electricity, what are you going to do if you have no electricity for days?
Yeah, I bought a
You
camping
got all
stove
that
with a
milk, bread,
butane.
and eggs.
Yeah.
Then she went and laid down.
Yeah, I had my camping stove. Because I had a grill, and every time we try to use the grill, everything would burn. So because we don't know how to use a grill. We've never had a grill, but it was a charcoal one. Oh, thank you, Susan.
Yeah, my
And
friend.
I'm saying, and so I went and got one, and then I got a French press, so that way I can have my coffee. So
Yep.
I'm gonna have to take my son tomorrow and say, get me 2 things of water and some dry powder creamer for my coffee, just in case.
Yes,
Yeah,
coffee is
you
important.
don't know how much. If there's no power, you don't know how long it's going to be out. Hopefully,
Right.
you don't get like that.
I've been through it. I lost almost $300 in food. We had
Yeah.
no power for like a week.
That's my biggest fear, because not having a generator with like the ice storms up here, that's my biggest fear.
The only good thing about when we had the blizzard of '78 and when I lived up in Massachusetts was all of our food could be kept outside in the cold when we lost our
Yeah.
power, and we had a fireplace to stay warm, and my dad could cook on the grill if he need be, So
Yeah.
there was that option, but I'm getting a camping stove. I have a table out back that we got out of the trash or side of the road that has got the outside patio tables that's got glass with
Yeah.
a hole in the middle. So I'll use my beach umbrella and I'll put it out front like I always do, and we'll set up the little camping stove outside, and we'll bring out the cards and then our use the car for charging the phones. And the AC is not great, but I've got two little fans on my dash that can come down swing in front of the AC to try to cool us off.
Yeah.
So if need be, we'll do that. And we'll put the cats in the car, one in a carrier and one without the carrier because they'll kill each other.
Well, that's like with here. Between now and when Darren gets here, I've got to get a vehicle. I've got to get a freezer. After Darren leaves, because the day after Darren's here, the next day I go see the surgeon and find out when I'm gonna have surgery. And if it's during Christmas break, it'll be near the end of December. Because the
Right.
kids, Antonio, they close schools down for 2 weeks here.
Yeah.
And it'll be perfect because
Nice.
then I don't have to worry about making sure my son's up for school and all that stuff, and he can help out with anything in the house.
Right. If I
But
needed to and I couldn't get out because the road's blocked, my son can get on his bicycle and ride a bike down to the store. That's 2.5 miles down the road, but
yeah,
he can put a pack on his back and bring it home on his bicycle. So
and it's like when I lived up in Jersey, I learned so much about preparing for like winter storms and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, but down here it's just so different the way the storms are. Last
okay,
year,
here's one Susan for you.
last year this year this spring I'd be working and we'd have 3 or 4 tornado warnings going at one time from different storms that were coming in.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Here, I'll give you guys a. There we go.
That's a pretty kitty.
Pretty baby.
She's all gray with a teeny bit of white in her chest, but she doesn't like the other kitten, and so the kids have her upstairs and they have the scent on her, and so every time she gets near my son, which this used to be like his cat. Meow,
Yeah.
meow, get away from me! I can smell that kitten. Don't come near me. I'm mad at you. You're putting love on that cat and not on me. So now she hangs out with me a lot. Usually she doesn't let me pick her up this long. So, and she's been hanging on my desk a lot, which she never did before. So she is sweet, but if you go to try to touch her or anybody outside of me and the kids, she smells you and then she hisses at you and goes away. That's just her. It's her personality. Yeah, she was a barn kitten when we got her. And then the other kitten was a rescue out of the engine of my neighbor's car. So, well, I can't say she's a kitten anymore. She's 11 years old, almost 12, or 12, going to 13.
They're always kittens and puppies, no matter how big and old they get.
Yeah. Yeah, she still runs around. The only bad part about her, I mean, she's a great cat and all, but, well, outside of not like really, she's not like a hangs on people. She's not that kind of a cat. But when she gets the zoomies, she zooms around and jumps up on the door frames to my bedroom and my bathroom. I'm like, come on, you got nothing but claw marks all the way. It's like,
Yeah.
the zoomies. I hate her zoomies sometimes. I have to like spackle it before my dad comes in November, paint it, make it look all pretty.
Jack
So,
does the zoomies when he's got to go to the bathroom. And then
yeah,
or if he sees cats outside the windows, he'll zoom all the windows. But other than that, it's like lately, because I pulled out one of the blankets is actually his favorite blanket to lay on,
yeah,
and I put it in the rocking chair, and then my son took it in his room, and he'll go in there and sleep in my son's room all night long. Ever since school started, about a week before school started, at least 2 weeks, he starts laying in on my son's bed with Antonio. And then it's like he knows that time of year.
yeah.
Because as soon as my son leaves for school, he's in there laying on my son's pillow. As soon as he leaves, that door shuts, he goes in there. And he hears a bus, he's at the window. He knows.
It sounds like my son's old cap that passed away, Sassy. Every time it was 9 o'clock, here comes Sassy meowing at Jeremy. It's 9 o'clock, dude. Let's go. Time for bed. Time to go upstairs. And the two of them
Yep.
would go to bed at 9 o'clock at night. This one now she's like me. She's like Sassy was, but with me, it's like okay, it's 11 o'clock. When are you coming to bed? I want my 5 minutes of love. I want my chest rub.
Oh, yeah.
I want my stomach rub, and then I'll leave you alone. That's what she does. She'll come for like 5 minutes of love, and then she leaves me. It's like I'm not ready for bed yet. You just have to go and hang out in there for a while.
Yeah,
Jack
we used
started
to.
yelling at me like 5:30 in the morning. He woke me up at 5:15 this morning, yelling at me.
What were you
And
gonna
it's
say?
Yeah, we used to be able to tell our dog, hey, you want to go get the bus? Because she knew that's where the kids were gonna, come home.
Yeah.
Oh
We
yeah.
could tell her, like, let's go to the bus, and she would get excited. And as soon as she'd see the big yellow bus come around the corner, you see that whole tail start wagging, and
There's a TikTok short video around that's the funniest thing. It reminds me of that. The dog sitting in the doorway and knows the time of the bus coming, and the dog sitting there. It looks like a Weimaraner, and it's wagging its tail, and it's like, and and they put the music. They put some of the music from. He is. They put some of the music in from dance music from like the 80s club, and the dog just sitting there dancing away, and all of a sudden the kid comes around the corner and the dog's like yes and jumping. It's like the funniest thing. Glenn, Glenn,
Glenn. Where did April go?
she went to go lay down a while ago. Glenn.
He's out cold.
He is. Stevie, call your cousin. He did this on Gary's live too, Belt Loop. He slept on Belt Loop's live one time too.
How's he been doing with his side? I haven't been able to catch up with all that.
He says that it feels good from time to time. He still has a little bit of pain, but it's not as bad as it was, but he still has it. You know what I mean? It's not
Yeah.
like kicking his butt. So
Well, that's good.
it's just so funny. Should I just boot him out, or just leave him there to sleep as an extra viewer?
Stevie says keep watching.
I will keep watching.
Don't take him down. I want to see this.
Unless you don't want to know, then you suit yourself too. I'm sorry, GJ.
You got me.
Totally confused.
Yep.
so Terry and Des, they want to take a guess at what my team.
Wait a minute. He's getting woken
There
up.
he is.
Answer your phone, Glenn.
Yep.
Glenn, that's a wake-up call. You were sleeping on us. Happy weekend.
Now he's muted.
We don't hear you. You're
You're
muted.
muted. Oh, he's talking. That's why.
Stevie must have him.
Yep.
phone.
He's talking to Stevie.
Oh,
Well, hello.
yeah.
What were you saying?
Yes.
We're like, oh, he's doing a belt loop live sleepathon.
Oh, wait, at least I was still advertising.
Yes, you were. He did that. He had the black screen behind him with his logo, and he's just sleeping away advertising his channel.
Oh,
I said, Stevie, call your cousin, wake him up. Oh.
What were you asking before you got woken up, Jason?
Say what?
You were asking me and Des something.
Oh, I was asking if y'all can guess what my two favorite colors are based off of my backpack.
Black
Gray.
and
Oh,
gray.
orange and blue.
That
That
was
looks
my
like
high
gator
school
colors.
color.
That look like
This is a custom bag because I
that
couldn't
look.
find anything in stores that would actually fit and work for me. And this was cheaper than the bags at the stores.
Wow.
Wow.
It was custom made, fits me perfectly, and I was able to get my favorite colors.
Which
Good.
is which reminds me of gator colors.
Mm-hmm. It's like I'm working on a blanket for Antonia's friend's dad for Clemson Tigers. It's orange and white stripe with a purple border.
Yeah, I'm pretty much fall colors. Give me like the maroons, the browns, the burnt oranges, the rust colors. I
Oh
love
yeah.
fall colors. That's my colors. But I wear a lot of black. A lot of black. And everybody's like, "You're in black." I go, "But you don't see my leggings. My leggings are multicolored." So I'm not all in black. You just what you see from here up is in black. So
Well,
my
I was gonna be sewing a blanket up for um mine and Darren's bed, but I found a pattern I like
yeah.
and I designed it up, and it's gonna be gray, green, and black. It's gonna be two different greens. And I'm gonna crochet it up. It's gonna when I'm done. It's gonna be the size of a king size blanket.
Oh wow.
It's gonna be huge. Well, his bed is queen size, and I want to make sure I actually have some blanket because when he sleeps next to me, he still has a blanket.
I always get nobody sleeps next to me but other than pillows, and I always go one size larger than my bed because I like to have it fit all the way around, and not
Yeah.
be uneven. Hold on, I got a back. If I had a brick wall or a tree, right now I'd be a bear. I need
I
I
can
need
rub
my back scratched.
I'll go against the door frame from here to the kitchen, the doorway, and
Yeah,
I'll sit there and scratch up against it. It's like,
that's what I do. My stoop. Because I have a brick. The brick, it's a brick facade. So I
mhm,
sit there, and the little chair is like almost like sitting almost in my doorway. You have to step up. So I'll
yeah,
lean into the doorway like this, and it's got the brick, and I'm like this up against the brick, trying to scratch my back. 'Cause the back scratcher doesn't. I mean, I scratch, but it's not really scratching.
well, I know like when I have surgery, I'm not gonna. There's a lot I'm not gonna be able to do
Oh
myself.
God, yeah,
I'm. I already know I'm gonna be very limited to what I can do. But a friend of mine here, she's a chiropractor. She had severe tears in her right shoulder, and she had to have surgery done. And she goes, make sure you have food prepped ahead of time. If you don't, because she knows it's just me here with my kids. She was this way they can um put stuff in the oven, put it in the crock pot or in a pot on the stove, and they can heat it up. I said, oh, I've already got my list made for that. And she goes, have them help as much as they can because you won't be able to do hardly anything.
yep,
She was
yeah.
at least for the first 10 days. I know that first week I will not be working.
My kids make everything. I can't do it. I can't stand at the counter anymore and just sit there. It's like I have to take my walker because it's such a small galley kitchen. I have to like go like this, and then I have to
Yeah,
bring it back out and then around me, and then go this way, and then sit this way to wash the dishes, and turn back around this way, and I can't cook on the stove because the stove everything's too high up. So I'm gonna burn myself if I try to use the stove. So I have to teach them how to make things on from the stove, and then um, recipes for the crock pot. So
yeah,
and the skillet. So and then my son turns around and goes on YouTube and learns how to make pizza dough and all that kind of stuff. So he makes pizza sometimes from scratch, which I need
yeah.
to
I
see
gotta
if he
do
wants
that
to do
too.
that again.
My son's been begging me to make pizza again.
Yeah, his pizzas are so good.
Well, it's been awesome, but I need to call it. So it was good seeing everybody. It was nice meeting. Excuse me, nice meeting you, Terry.
Nice
And
meeting you.
Gwen and April as well from earlier and even now.
Yeah, nice meeting you too.
Jason,
And who
thank you for
knows?
hanging
We're
out.
getting so close, we might bump into each other at some point in time.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, we ain't that far apart.
But see, if you ever see some strange looking guy camping out in the middle of like somewhere and you're like, he looks familiar. Just
Yeah.
look and see if that guy's brewing coffee. If he is, it's me.
Yeah, I was
Hey,
going to ask you, have you ever heard tell of anybody going hiking up there on Stone Mountain?
Okay. I'll
They,
check
they
that out.
were
Jason,
climbing.
do you have his other channel?
Do I have another channel?
No, do you have April and Glenn's other channel?
I've got like I think they've got two or three channels. I've got like a Lazy Acres comedy show or something
Yeah,
like that.
the crazy lazy now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
one,
Okay, I was gonna
Lazy
say because
Lane.
I'll post it. I'm gonna post it here just in case anybody needs it.
just in
But
case I post them and I'll click on them just to make sure.
yeah,
But I think I got them
That's
all.
the one that we're gonna be on tomorrow night at 9 o'clock if all goes well with feeding the animals and stuff, and they're feeling well.
Yep, yep. I'm
Okay.
subscribed to it.
Okay, cool.
Cool. Well, y'all have a
I
wonderful
didn't
night.
know
We'll
they
see you soon.
changed it.
You too, Jason. Thank you for hanging out with me for so
Good
long.
night,
I
Jason.
appreciate it.
Oh, this is perfect timing. It looks like my video is frozen. This is what happened earlier on DJ stream too.
Well, there we go. It's perfect timing then. It was meant to be.
Yeah,
It's saying, time to get off, Jason.
Right? See
Yeah.
y'all.
You have a good night.
yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
And y'all, I think I'm gonna do the same. I think I'm ready to go in there and stretch
Yeah.
out.
I've
Me
been
too.
on for 2 hours and 45 minutes. I think I've got like maybe 5 hours left of for the month. And I think that gives me enough time for next Friday's live.
Yeah.
So
Well, like I said, if you see you running close, just save you about 30 minutes.
yeah.
Once you go on, you can stay on as long as you want to, but you just
Yeah.
got to have so much to get started with.
I'll do that. I'll see what my count is when I get off StreamYard and see what it says.
Yeah. Alrighty, y'all. Like he said, it's been fun, but it's been a
Oh,
long day also. I've been up since about 7 o'clock this morning, and
yeah.
it's
Go to
time to go
bed.
just
I
get
know.
back.
Oh
You have a
yeah.
good night.
Night, Glenn.
Alrighty, y'all have a good one. We'll see you tomorrow night.
See you
Bye.
then.
Good night. Yeah, I'm gonna get going too. I'm tired. I gotta message Darren and tell him good night.
Okay. You tell him I said hi.
Okay. Yeah, he's helping his son with some stuff on his car, so I'll
That's
message
cool.
him and I'll tell him good night.
Alrighty. You get some rest, okay? You've been working really hard.
I have. I'm tired.
I
I'm ready
know.
to sleep.
I know, hon. You have a good one.
Okay. Okay, you take care. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Susan, my aunt was in Quartzsite not too long ago actually. She was getting her van worked on. But Susan and Stevie and GJ, thank you for all popping in and hanging out with me. It was great to have everybody hang out tonight. We're doing another live next Friday night here on the channel, hopefully. And until then, you guys stay safe this weekend and have a beautiful one. Peace out.